that, do that, do that, do that. Dangerous. Dangerous. Rams topple Panthers 49-17, starting the home crowd. Eagles topple Cowboys 48-36. Giants crush football team. Football team let it get away from them, I guess. Oh shit, draft trade involving Seattle finalized. Seahawks and Giants make deal, including first round pick. Ravens visit Mayfield's Browns. Uh-oh. Minor and Swift want points versus Bears, and Murray Brady center stage in Tampa Bay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh man, Philadelphia motherfucking started a motherfucking mudslide full of moves. Action. Lights, camera, action right now, right now, right now. Alright. Let me get this thing done and right. Let's see what we're gonna do now. We get back to part 2. Again, if you had a buy in week 9, then you gotta motherfucker try to type your name in the chat and say, what's up, man? The Ravens is here, the Eagles is here, whoever your team is, the Bucks is here, whatever your team is, type your name in that chat if you was on a bye week. If you wasn't on a bye week, have fun watching, you heard? We back at it though. Alright, man, we can talk about schedules, our top 3. Let's go top performances right now. Top performances. Baker Mayfield leads the league. He's number 1 in the quarterback race right now. Yards, 63% too. 3,794 yards, 33 touchdowns. Jada Styles, the rookie, is holding his own out there, but 57%. We're trying to creep his way over to that 60% completion percentage sooner or later. Hopefully he can creep his way up there. 3,361 yards, 26 touchdowns. And there's that kid, Kyler Murray, with 62 completion percentage, 3,350 yards, 47 touchdown passes. And the man of all men in the backfield and the rushing leaders, the top 3 start as in Ronald Jones, the second with 258 touches, 2,019 yards, 34 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley 166, 1585, 14 rushing touchdowns. And then there's J.K. Dobbins, 190, 13, 18, and 15 touchdowns. Receiving leaders, your top 3 are, who the fuck is Bobo? Guys, let me go to the so fast. Alright, just gonna get booted, right? You wanna get booted out of my league? Alright, fine. That's all. You wanna get booted out of my league, that's on you. Let's go find out who Bobo is so I can kick him out of the fucking league. That nigga had a hot name. He changes it from Brian Kitchen to Bobo. Oh yeah, you gonna change that? Alright, well, that's another receiver name I won't ever say. Ever. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Ever, mama. I don't care about no Bobo from wherever he from. I don't care. That shit ass. Weekly awards, yearly awards, all the awards. Now that I found out who it was, I would never fucking say his name ever. Ever mama, ever mama. Alright, so somebody's receiver is number 2, and then Tree Owens, 60 catches, 1202, 19 touchdowns. Sack leaders, surprise, surprise, one of those Washington football team guys. He holding it down with 16 of them things. It's funny because he only got 1 tackle for loss out this bitch. Jose Cuervo, like niggas is the Migos out here. Like, you decided The name of your defensive end, Jose Cuervo. He got 11 sacks on the year though right now. I mean, Montez is trying to pull away. He on his way to 20 plus, 16 of them things. Adolphe Owe with 9, third on this list. The only linebacker on this list. Yep, he the Browns. Alright, interception leaders right now. Got a whole bunch of 10s up there right now. Darwin James Jr., 10 and 3 deflections. Joshua Moon, another safety, 10 and 3 deflections. And then Melifanu, the cornerback for the Lions, sitting with 10 and 5 interceptions. Tackle leaders, nothing's changed all year long. It's been the same guy up there, Devin Ward, 82 tackles, 56 solos. I will not talk about computer playing guys like as in the Javin White. Peter Haskins, 69 tackles, 49 tackles for solo tackles. So he out there balling right there. They're your top guys right there. And we're going to get into the awards. Get with me for the superstar. Oh, yeah, that's right. Stats and awards. What we got going on in awards? I know. Alright, Mayfield is leading the league passing yards. We're going to go through our top 10. Jada Styles is number 2. Kyler Murray is number 3. Sidney Cake is working his way back up there. I don't know. I mean, the guy got 32 interceptions and 15 touchdowns, but he walked his way back up to 62%. I'm a little torn by this. That's a lot of picks, bro. That only played 9 games, bro. I don't know if he had his bye yet. I mean, that's a lot of picks. A lot of interceptions right now from Sidney Cake, the rookie, bro. And we talked about how intelligent this kid was, the IQ he has and all that, but the game speed is just too fast for him. Not that he's not smart enough, you know, maybe we overthought it. He's definitely intelligent. It's just the game speed hasn't changed. He hasn't caught up to it yet. Throwing 32 picks and 15 touchdowns. Jesus, Deshaun Watson still lighting it up. 73% completion percentage, 2,980. At number 5 on this list. Justin Herbert is number 6 on this list. 29.45, 28 and 18. Doolittle up here, 2,860, 26 and 24, 2%. Mahomes, 2,729. Prescott, 2,673. And then Brett Williams, 2,573. They out here, you know what I'm saying? They putting up the yards right now. Who's throwing touchdown passes at a high level? As always, Kyler Murray at 47. Mayfield at 33. Herbert at 28, tied with Lamar Jackson for 3rd. 28 and 4th is Patrick Mahomes, 27. Styles is 6, tied with Doolittle. And you got Deshaun and Brett Williams, the rookie quarterback, tied at 7. Prescott and Kellen Mond at 8. And then Freddie Minor and Tua Tagovailoa at 9. And Solari is by herself at 10 touchdowns. Who else is donating, though? That's what we want to know. Who's the donators? Prescott, 38 of them things. Russell, 32 of them things. Kate, 32 of them things. Kyler, 29. Now, Russell threw 32 picks and it wasn't with the Giants. Do you think the Giants turn his touchdown to interception ratio around? Or you think it's too late? Would be the question that I would want to know. 17 touchdowns, 32 INTs, 57%. Can he turn it around in New York? Is half a season enough for him to turn that around? I'm gonna have to get an interview with the coach and Russell and figure out, you know, he couldn't wait to get out of Seattle. He's out of Seattle. I think he's comfortable where he's at right now. I think we only got one quarterback out that's played. You can't look at these 100 guys. They only threw 1 attempt. All right, I'm lying. Tom Brady at 77%. Even though Tom Brady is 55 years old now and he's starting to drop and everything possible, he's still 77% on the year. Trevor Lawrence is at 73% on the year. Pretty good. Deshaun Watson is at 73% on the year. Mahomes is one out of being 70%, 69. Tua Tagovailoa 67. Lance 66. Burrow 66. He ain't playing, so not Burrow. Lamar is 63% right now. Alright, so guys are out there right now who's throwing for the most yards per game right now. Baker Mayfield averaging 421.6 yards at passing yards per game. Murray is second on this list. Jada Styles, Watson, Herbert, Solari, and Lamar Jackson, Minor, Mahomes, and Cake all throwing for 300 yards a game right now. Let's get down to the rushing. The rushing. Obviously, carries matter. And when you talk about who's carrying the ball the most, we know Ronald Jones. Not a broken record, it's just he gets the ball. 258. J.K. Dobbins 190. I mean, Nano has no business talking to anybody about how many carries they get. 185. Najee Harris, Travis Etienne touched the ball a whole lot. 175. Saquon with 166. Somebody out there getting the ball a lot more, even though he got a 9.5 yards per carry average, which is hot. Capula, Lindsey. Alright, let's go to our 1,000-yard backs and see who's doing what. This man got 2,000 yards and we got like 9 games left. Shit crazy. He on his way to 3,000, bro. Oh my God. Like, we gotta have to keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on this. That motherfucker gonna be drained in the playoffs. Saquon Barkley, 1,585, second on this list in rushing yards. J.K. Dobbins, 1,318, third on this list. Young Casey. Casey, JoJo, whoa, 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 Joe to see. I gotta give him. Hey, Rob, man, we got to get this young Cannon a nickname, my boy. Casey Fields, man. I think I'm the only one that's recognizing he's a problem in the backfield, bro. Like, I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, sometimes I sit back and be like, I don't like to talk about like my player. But yo, bro, I drafted a dog at the running back position, and he's gonna be a problem. He is a problem right now, but like he's still he's a superstar. But imagine with that X factor on him at that 5'11", 230 pounds with 95 to break tackle, trucking and stiff for him.
Yes, over. Yes, over.
That shit about to be, man. Look, bro. Anything you can do, I can do better. Anything you can do, I can do better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. That's what it's about to be, bro. Like, and what's crazy is he's doing what these X Factor backs are doing right now. How they like don't get tackled in the backfield when they on fire, they fall forward, break tackles and all that shit. He doing that now, and he in his rookie year with no X Factor ability.
That's scary, bro.
Shit's scary, bro. That shit's scary. All right, so this is what I want to talk about. I told y'all I had a lot to get into today, man. I'm on the stats. I'm not going to skip around and be skip over shit, and I'm going to do what I got to do. But I just want to, I want to talk about some things. I want guys to understand one thing. When you're playing in the Junkies League, no matter if it's the 48-hour league or it's the 24-hour league, if it's Game of Thrones or King Madden, it doesn't fucking matter. In Junkies, in a Mad Franchise Junkies League, it's an editing league. Alright? It's an editing league. Alright? Commissioners have the right to do the editing. They also have to broadcast their editing. So if anybody wants to question anything or feel like they need to question anything integrity wise, just hit up and tell him, you know what, Ant making edits and shit. I don't know what he doing to his team right now. Do he got the proof broadcast to it? And then you go from there. But this is the editing league, and the reason why I say it is because guys look at shit. I mean, I've given out gifts, I've done stuff. We give out shit, bro, over here. And I wasn't going to give gifts out in Game of Thrones. I was going, raw dog. And guys sit there and be like, oh, I mean, don't get a helping guy, this and that, man. I don't want to hear that shit. At the end of the day, everybody has an opportunity to get. and receive the same situations. So for the most part, I don't want to hear it because I'm affording everybody the same opportunity. So it comes down to how tuned in are you? You know what I'm saying? That's what it really comes down to. How in tuned are you? And if you're in tune, then you gonna receive when it's time to receive shit. But I'm gonna break something down to y'all real fast, and this is gonna be a good conversation to have. Can't you see? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Let me show y'all something. You got your teams that came in the league. I did this earlier in segments. I went to the entire league and I went through each team. This was year one. I went through each team and abilities. When I mean abilities, I mean guys that got an X factor or a superstar. Okay. As much as we know how important that they are, we also got to understand where they are, like who has them, what player on your team has them. So let's take a look at some things real fast. All right, so we look at the Bears. All right, development is very different in this league, in this disc. Not just the league, the disc. Development is hard as fuck right now. All right, let me show you what I mean by how development is hard. When you look at your team, all right, don't look at my roster or anybody else's rosters, and just stop at this right here. All right, so you go look at Lamar. Most of you guys would be like, it's Lamar second year, and I get it, right? And you see a 99 overall, but you see a green arrow up right now, and you see green arrows up on certain stuff. All right, those green arrows happen from success, putting up stats, winning, and also from staff point stuff, right? Because as you can see, if you see whatever Lamar got, 90% of it, Mitch Frost got it as well. Right, so Mitch Frost is showing that he's a 76 overall, right? That's not his overall at all. Nick Frost is only a 72 overall. You got to look at the player archetypes. My team is hot right now, so our template is up +4. But other than that, look at these guys as to what they're worth. So as a field general, he only has a 69, improviser 68, scrambler 67. Strong arm is his number one archetype. He's a 72 overall. This is important. Follow me. Where are we going with this? Okay. I go to my running backs, and you look at the backfield, and you see a 90 overall rookie sitting right now, right? This guy's a monster, but he really only at 87 overall. If you look at the morale, he has a +3 morale right now. So his player archetype, 87 as an elusive back, 85 as a power back, 83 as a receiving back. So as you can see, the puzzle pieces on an elusive, because that's my scheme. My scheme fits what this running back is. So the puzzle piece is number 1. So he's an 87 overall. Follow me. Keep following me. You go through players, you're going to see the same thing. Gus Edwards look like he's an 81. He's a true 81. Power back at 81, okay? Young Natron Means is a 78. He's a true 78. You don't see no green arrows on him, so you know he ain't up right now. So Puka's a true 78. Alright, you get to the receivers. I'm going somewhere with this, so follow me. So now Hollywood Brown's X Factor, he's unlocked. He has double me. Hollywood was a 78 overall, something like that when we started the league. He's up to a 95 after 1 season and a half, because we at halfway mark right now. But if you look at him, he has a +3 template and a morale +1, so that put him to a +4 right now. So he's really a 91 overall. But he's a slot 85, route runner 84, physical 79. These things all matter overall wise for the player archetypes, matter on the things he can do on the field. So obviously Hollywood's a deep threat. So he's a 90 threshold, 90 or above threshold at deep threat. So of course he's going to do a lot better things as a deep threat receiver than he will do as things in the slot, as a route runner, as a physical receiver. So he ain't going to go up and go get the 50-50 balls and all that. He only can do that at a clip of 79 overall percentage, right? Route runner 84, that's a good overall, but until he's in the 90s, he's not elite. Right, so slot 85. So in the slot, he's 85 overall. So you got to look at your players this way. So when you go look at stuff like that, because he's an 85 overall, I can unlock these things now, right? So if you take a look at the stuff I can get on him, player with this archetype, the first box usually all of them unlocks to you, except for why is this not unlocked? Honorary lineman. Well, he's not an 80 overall at physical back as a physical receiver. He's a 79. So because of that, this is locked right now. But everything else is open, available to me in the first box. When you get to the second tier, he still had things locked to him. Why? Because he's not an 85 overall route runner. He's an 84. Again, he's an 84, and then physical, he's not an 85 yet, he's 79. So I couldn't get these things on him, but the rest of the drones are unlocked for him. So remember these things, because when you're looking at your ability, guys, a lot of guys might have abilities, but a lot of these guys aren't active yet. They don't have access to both their boxes, and they don't have access to the peak of what they really can be. So when you're looking at guys' teams, you're like, damn, superstars everywhere, what the fuck? X Factor, it doesn't matter if those guys ain't 90 thresholds or above. They're not at their peak. They're not saying that the ability guys can't do a little bit more, but they're not at their peak. So the guys you need to be worried about are the veterans in the league, the guys that are trading and grabbing guys that are already at these thresholds already. They're the teams that's the scary team. They're the teams that, you know, going to give you a problem. So, you know, every time I line up against the Browns, I'm going to have a problem. They got a 92 overall as a team, 91 defense, 91 offense. Well, their ability guys are all 90 thresholds. They're at least an 85 to 90 threshold. That means they're at the peak of their level of playing right now. So when you're looking at teams and you scouting them and you're looking at their stuff, you got to take in consideration that guys are using their scouting points to be able to build their teams through the year. At the end of the year, all the stuff that you acquire from staff points and all that stuff, it'll stick around, but their overalls will go back down to what their player archetypes are. They won't be hot no more. Template will be over with. Morale will be over with. So all that stuff will drop, and then they drop these guys back down to their originality, who they really are. So right now, my team's at 89 overall across the board. At the season's end, my team ain't going to be at 89 overall at the season end. Even if I can win the Super Bowl and my team can be hot going into the next season, but they're going to drop all that stuff. So what happens is their true overall will reveal themselves at the end of the year. So when you're looking at these guys, they're not built yet. A lot of guys aren't built yet. The league is slower in building, especially if you don't want your team to be tired every game. You're not going to maximize XP. The second thing is this. Understand this. Us guys that know how to build a team because we win games and we build through putting up a whole shitload of stats, whether we, you know, throw it on the computer, on the user, whatever the case may be. That's not the build anymore. You got to change your mindset on how you're building your team now. All right, because winning games and getting stats aren't the reason why your team is going to go up or your players going to go up. It helps, but it's not the main ingredients to getting you what you want, because it's hard to upgrade guys. Staff points and building your team through that coaching staff point is one of the major things to do. And then getting your goals, meeting your goals. Every goal you meet, you open up new staff point boxes that's locked. Every goal you meet, you open up new scenarios for your team. Every team has scenario engines that kick off for your team, right? That you can run through the whole year. And if you start getting one, they start to come back to back to back to back to back. And it's your job to continue to get them, but you gotta better match your goals with your goal, individual goals and team goals is the way you get to them scenarios. So again, when you're looking at these players, you might be looking at, you know, this guy's this guy's that, right? Rashad Bateman is a 91 overall. What is Rashad Bateman really? All right, so he got a morale +2 and a template +2. So he's really an 87 overall right now. All right, but with that 87, he's only an 82 physical, route runner 81, slot 80. So he's still not an elite receiver yet, right? And with that being said, what boxes is open? I know I can get deep threat stuff, right? So of course, bang. what's open to me. Everything else is locked because he's not an 85 threshold. So you got to be at 85 threshold. Like I would want this on him, but his archetype ain't gonna allow that because it's not, you know, for a physical receiver. He's only 82. I got a building +3 to get physical to be able to get that type of stuff on him. So he's not unlocked and he's not at his highest peak right now. So here we can go to a rookie. All right, I drafted a Super Bowl. I traded for a superstar rookie tight end. He unlocked to a superstar. I didn't know that until he unlocked. A lot of you guys don't know. Your guys just say hidden. You don't know what they are until they unlock. So guys are getting guys realizing, wait, damn, this nigga was an X factor. Oh shit, this guy was a superstar, or he was a star, whatever the case may be. But look, Aaron Wesley's template right now is saying he's 84 overall, right? So as a ability guy, he's really not. He's an 81 vertical threat, 77 possession threat, and a 76 blocking threat, right? So that's his overall as player archetype. That's what he really is, all right? So when I go to abilities, what can I get? You see how that plus is next to him? There's nothing I could do about that because he's not a high overall. So a lot of guys if you got these guys on the field and they're playing, they still not going to play at a high level, or their abilities aren't going to kick in the way you think they are. They just going to light up like Christmas trees because they got the ability. That's it. Not saying they're not going to still play at a higher level than a normal will play. They just not activated yet. Until you get them activated, and you can't get them activated without getting to these player archetypes. All right, you got to get those matched right. So for example, I could click on this. The only things available to me in the first box, and 90% of everything will be available to you in the first box, as you can see. They're available. But then when I go to the second block, then everything is locked. So I'm not going to better unlock none of this stuff until I get him right. So vertical threat, he's not even an 85 overall as a vertical threat, so that's not unlocked. Blocker, not unlocked. Vertical threat, not unlocked. Slot apprentice, 85 overall, he's not unlocked. Tight end apprentice, 85 overall, he's not unlocked. As you can see, overall 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, and some things are 90 to get to, but not with everybody. So he's not unlocked until I can get these possession and blocking and vertical threat to at least an 85. So the threshold you look for and you're looking to get to with your players are to an 85. Once you get them to an 85, you can unlock both your boxes, and then you can expect your players to play like the ability says. You know what I'm saying? Until then, they're not going to be who you need them to be. They're going to be who they are. So remember that. All right. So you know what I mean, as you go through teams and you're looking at guys' teams, you're looking at, you know, the abilities, but just know they're not using those guys yet. So we're on schedule to what I've been trying to do with this league. All right, and the schedule is nobody's going to be like that dominant like that until we get to about season 6, season 5, season 6, where you start seeing that type of shit. You'll see, because that also determines on what I do with the draft. Then you got to get the staff trait to go with it. Right, so much to do. Right, so I'll bring up my boy Falk. Falk is having a frustrating time with development right now. Falk doesn't understand the development right now, right? Falk is still, I keep telling y'all, Falk is the coach that's like, fuck this half-pass shit. Y'all niggas gonna go on full pads and we gonna maximize our XP points. Fuck you mean? And then you know, he's gonna be mad when he goes to train, goes to play a game, and his team keeps turning yellow and red. All right, old school coaching. Falk knows I'm good. I know how to get stats with my guys. I'm going to build my guys fast. I'm just, at this point, Falk will have 399 receivers already just because he built them to that. But that's not the way the build is right now. The build is a system now more than you just going out there and putting the work in on the field real fast and getting those guys built. It's not that. It's a system. Everything is running concurrent with each other. Scenarios run concurrent with development. Staff points run concurrent with getting goals. Goals run concurrent with staff points and unlocking certain things and meeting criteria. Individual awards also benefits things, because you've seen guys, I had a +6 on a guy at the end of the year because he won defensive player of the year. So development is there, but you got to understand your player archetypes and trust that, you know, when you plan these guys, and you do see guys with superstars and all over the place. Like, you had 3 teams that came in the league without anything else. You had 3 teams that came in the league with 7 guys with abilities. You had 2 teams that had 8. 1 team had 9, just to start the league off with. Then what happens when they upgrading guys because they shitting with them, or they get a breakout message? Then what happens if they go on free agency and trade for a superstar? I mean, go on free agency and pick up a superstar and add to it. You know what I'm saying? Or they meet their goals and they're going through their development. Trust me, guys are building and they're building the right way. Where the fuck did that shit go that fast? I know I ain't skitzing. God damn it, I'm always losing something. Oh, there it go, found it. Bet, let's get there. Alright, so now I'm saying you gotta older guys are way more valuable now, to be honest. You're right. So where's that X factor trait at in the staff traits? Alright, so let me show you what that meant. The X factors, like, so alright, let me go there because I couldn't understand this and then I realized what it was. Alright, so let's go to staff point. All you guys, I got you. Offense and defense should be first box. I'm gonna show you. I got this. Good looks hitter, but I can answer that question because I was stuck on this. Hitter had it and then couldn't figure out like what the fuck it was. But then we realized what it is because I seen it happen for myself. So here we go. Franchise staff points. All right. Let's go to head coach. All right. So I'm gonna go to offensive coordinator. And here it go. X factor on. Alright, gain the ability to equip X factors on the offensive lineup. Alright, so that means anybody on your offense. So let me give you an example. I'm playing boom. I got breakout message. Alright, Hollywood Brown can break out from a superstar to an X factor. Alright. I didn't get it. I didn't get 200 yards. I didn't get four touchdowns. But because I had that, he still got the breakout message. And he developed to an X factor because I have this box right here, X factor on, right? So I go to Hollywood, and after the game I'm bitching, yo man, I had all breakouts and boom stopped me from getting them, right? I couldn't get them shits at all. And then all of a sudden I click on Hollywood and go through it. At the end of doing all my scenarios and them telling me I didn't get them, Hollywood popped up and said superstar X factor development trait. So what happens is I go look at Hollywood and I'm like, he didn't meet the goal. And here, this is where you find out if you meet your goals or not. So look where it say goals on homepage. They're the goals that I selected. Alright. I got an own time of possession. I got a rush for at least 150 yards. Defensive coordinator, pick it off twice. And then season goals, make playoffs, and game planning, 200 yards rushing, right? Then you click on view goals, and it tells you your scenarios if you want a scenario a week or not. So guys that, you can show it. So this is what I got. There's no scenarios right now, right? But if I had a guy on breakout scenario watch, he would be right where it say view goals at. He'd be on the home page, and it'll be part of my goal process over here where it say view goals at. All right. So again, a couple of weeks ago against Boone, I had breakouts for Hollywood to go up to a superstar X factor. All right. He didn't get what he needed to go up, but he still went up. And that was because I had that staff point, that staff drawn, X factor on offense, right? So let me see, Hollywood. All right, so Hollywood right here. Alright, so if you go back to Hollywood's progression history, if you follow me down, this was against Boone, regular season, week 7. Alright, so skill progression, he got a +2 speed upgrade. He got a deep route, +1. Awareness, +1. Acceleration, +1. XP bonus, 5,000. I didn't get nothing I was supposed to get. He had 78 yards and a touchdown. He needed 150 for the storyline, which was the team tandem breakout message. He needed 150 and then extra bonus for a touchdown goal, and that would have got me XP and a +5 for 3 weeks straight on certain categories. I didn't get it, and then I also had a breakout message, trait development upgrade. 200 yards receiving or 4 touchdowns. I didn't get it. XP but scenario, XP bonus, 5,000. I got it because I unlocked that staff point, John. So scenario, development trait increase. He went up to a superstar X factor development, and I didn't even get what I had to get in that game. Right? Look, 1 receiving touchdown, 75 receiving yards. That didn't get you. That didn't get me that breakout, right, at all. But I still got it because I unlocked the staff point thing. All right, this is why you see some guys got rookies that you see them on superstar star early is because they got that from the coaching tree. I seen enough unlock a player right away, and you could choose the players you want to unlock. You could do it for offense and defense. All right, so guys be having guys when they come out of the draft, they already unlocked already because uh, they got that staff point shit. But it doesn't matter that they sitting there unlocked on Superstar, X Factor. If they not 85 or above, they can't use their abilities anyway. So when you scouting teams that you gotta play, don't look at don't look at the outside. Read the book. Don't look at the outside picture and just look at the pictures and think you could tell the story that way. You got to read the fucking book. Read it. Open him up. Open the player up that you looking at and worrying about who you got to stop. Open it up. Look at his player archetypes. Realize that okay, this guy has an 85 threshold on all his player archetypes. That means he's ready to go. He's a 90 or above on all of them. He's an elite player. All right, this is why teams like the Bucks can dominate and win games the way he winning because he got veterans. All those guys that are on abilities, for the most part, those guys been in the league for a long time and they got 85 or above thresholds. But if you look at his younger guys with abilities, those guys aren't going to do too much for him outside of what everybody else's guys are doing. If you look at who else got, look at the Eagles. The Eagles got a lot of abilities on guys, and not just the ones they got from gifts or whatever packages they done bought or whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter because those guys can't be used the way you want them used. Now, in the future, they're going to be a problem down the line once you get them to the 85 thresholds. But the Eagles' offensive line are veterans, right? Their ability guys were veterans. Fletcher Cox. These guys are on the field. Guys like Khalil Mack. These guys are on the field right now, dogs. They're elite players with abilities. Okay, these young players with abilities don't matter. I'll take you to another guy. Two guys real fast. We'll go to the 49ers first. And he realized I was trying to trade for him and shit too. He wasn't trying to hear it. Trayvon Franklin unlocked to an X Factor. He was one of two X Factor receivers that came out of our draft. All right, it was two of them that was in the draft. He got one of them, and the Bengals got the other one. But look, he's an 84 overall. He got yak him up on him because he can get him, right? And he can get on fire. The best physical receivers don't just come down with the ball, they carry it home. When they enter the zone, they are nearly guaranteed to break their first post-catch tackle. So make a 20-plus yard reception. And consecutive passes not targeted can lose that. So now, with that being said, he ain't even 85 yet. Exactly. So now he at 84, but he got that, and he was able to open area. Once you get an ability, you can open up the first boxes. As you can see, if you read them, you don't see a threshold. You don't see 85 or you don't see nothing there that they got to get. So the first boxes are fine. But to get to them second boxes is where you really start kicking in your ability. This is where you got your guy playing with all his abilities, and he's able to use both his abilities, right? And until then, he can't. So if you look at him overall, rise, this guy's an 82 deep threat, physical 81, route runner 76, slot 76. So he's never going to be able to open up nothing yet until you get him to 85. Everything's blocked over there. So you got a guy that's a bruiser and can get on fire and break the first tackle right now, but he ain't elite with his ability yet. So of course you got a guy with ability, and the future looks bright once you get him there. But until then, he's not there right now. And look, he can't even get grab and go, and you only need an 80 overall to get to that because his slot receiver is not an 80. So when you building your guys, you better stop putting it on just the puzzle piece. You better start building all your archetypes. If you want to max out and get what you want, you better. This is why I didn't stop guys. We didn't put a cap on what you can get except for the running back position. This is why we allow guys to have two route runners, route technicians, or inside stuffs. Now that's starting to come into question. Guys are getting a little slick now. They're putting all their D linemen on inside stuff. We want that's going to change real soon. Like before this season is out, that's going to change. So X factors won't get activated because he's under 85. Yeah, no, he'll activate. His X factor still gonna kick in. You just ain't got no. You just can't use nothing. Like what abilities do you have to use? So when he do kick in, he's gonna better do this. He's going to better, you know, when he enters the zone, they are nearly guaranteed to break their first post catch. You'll see that happening when he enters the zone, and then you'll better see him do this. Ball carriers with this ability are more powerful truck and stick enemies. So you better see all those, but that second tier not there. You ain't gonna better get none of those. You can't activate him in the adjust alignment lineup. That means you got to go change your scheme, circle out, come back in, and then he'll be there. So alright, so for example, guys be running into this problem a lot. This stuff that's supposed to be on my website that I shouldn't be giving y'all motherfuckers for free right now. I'll be honest with you, but I'm showing love today. Alright, so this is what you need to do. If you got guys that's not showing up, their ability, their X factors is not kicking in, it's because they're not showing. Right, so if I go to mines, I only got 2 X factor ability players on offense. They're there. So let's just say you got 2 like me, but one of them not showing up. What you need to do is go change the scheme, circle out, come back in. You'll see him back. You'll see that guy up there. Then you can change your scheme back and circle up. He'll be up. He'll be activated. All right. So that's the reason why. So you got to activate him right now yourself. Change the scheme. Change the scheme back. So change it. Circle out. Come back in. See that he there now. And then change the scheme back, circle back out. That's how you fix that. So go to adjust the line. Go to adjust lineup. See if that's the staff joint. Go to adjust lineup. See if what, my boy. What, hitter? Alright, so again, you see a lot of guys with abilities on them. Alright, I can go to some of these rookies I drafted, right? I drafted 2 superstar DNs. I think both of them, if not one was unlocked because of my staff points, so he was unlocked day 1. But look at him. He's a 79 overall. That means what do he have for me right now? So he has under pressure, and that's it, because no other threshold is matched right now. So I can't put nothing on him. And then, you know what sucks? When he does unlock, whatever he gets, I got to leave on him. So it doesn't matter anyway, right? So I ain't going to better really dress him up to what I want him to be until next season. So he's on schedule to be at 85 by, you know, week 8 next year. Week 6 next year. Then, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully before. But if not, then I got to wait a whole nother season before I can put him on what I really want him on. And that's the beauty of why we doing what we doing. Where the development is slower, the league is funner, teams still got holes. Going into drafts now is more important than ever, because you're not going to be drafting for luxury every draft. Once, you know, after the first draft, now everything's luxury. No, you're going to have holes on your team that you got to fill and fix and meet. And then you're going to value veteran players a little bit more. You want your veterans with abilities to be playing like the best players on your team, because they're the guys that are going to be activated in elite players. They use all they're at an 85 threshold or 90 threshold, and if they're at either one of those two, they are elite players on the field with abilities. Simple as that. Alright, so again, when you're paying attention to your guys, like my corner superstar, right? But he has 1 box open, that's it. I can't do nothing else with him. They saying he 82, but he really a 80. Man 80, slot 80, zone 78. But because my archetypes are all close to each other, I'm going to be able to activate any one of them at the same time, because he's going to build at the same rate. So he'll be at 85 on all these Jones before none, right? So everything's locked. I can't do nothing in the second box right now. Everything's locked. Threshold. And your guy, if your guy's showing you 85 and you got green, he's lit up green and going up arrows, do not think you're 85. You got to go here to realize what he really is. Alright, because his arrows is pointing up, that's because he's on fire. I got a +1 morale and a +1 template. Both of those Jones are the reason why I got an 82 overall right now. But if you look at him, he's only an 80 overall. Now, when you guys are in practice mode and you looking at your team, like I'm trying to tell y'all, if Falk, I'm gonna use Falk as an example. He broadcast for me and showed me his staff point situations, and the guy was sitting on like 200 staff points. He wasn't using them. Now he understands it. About 4 advances ago, he was still mad at his team not developing, but he didn't use none of his staff points and stuff. So now you're starting to see it. So you go look at Kyler Murray. He got a morale +3. Kyler Murray's a 94 overall. All right, but look how even across the board he is, 92, 92, 92. So when he developed this guy, he's going to better put whatever he want on him when it comes down to opening up abilities. So these guys are there because he's over a 90 overall threshold. So pay attention. If I go here, protect it, you got passer with the ability. You can't even get this box unless you're a 90 overall. So these are all 90 threshold things, right? So he has that 90 overall already. So he's an elite player now with all his abilities unlocked. Alright, but then you go look at Tyson Williams. He's a superstar. 93 overall right now. Is he a 93? Well, he got a +1 Tim, and he got a +3 morale. So he's an 89 overall. So no, he's not an elite back yet. Right? That's why he got reach for it and nothing else. Because look, you get tank, but then everything else is locked that you really want. Joystick, arm bar, all this stuff is locked. Because it doesn't meet the template. You can get evasive if you want, jukebox if you want, short out, elite, which nobody wants. But you look at his archetype, he's an 80 power back, 73 receiving back. So if he turn him to an X factor, because he's 220 pounds, he will be allowed to put tank on his guy, a freight train on his running back. But if he was under 220, he would have to have power back as his #1 archetype. He had to have, so bottom line, power back will have to be an 89 overall, just like elusive back. And if that's the case, then you got to change the scheme to a power back. If you got, let's say you got an 89 elusive and an 89 power back, but they showing 89 elusive first, but you want power back to be his first, you got to go change your scheme to a power back offense, and then circle out, and then the power back will go first, and then you can put the freight train on him if he's under he's under 220 pounds. But for at this point right now, he's only 89, so he's not elite. Yeah, I mean he's over the 85, so he's elite right now. He's not. I mean he's a great player. Elite will be the 90 threshold and above. All right. So and you look at his team, he's like the development, but all of a sudden now you're starting to get these arrows pointing up, and it's working for you now because what you're starting to see is he's starting to use the stat points. And because he's using them, you start to see these green boxes start to go up right now. So you're looking at receivers like a Rondell Moore, who's a 93 overall, right? And then you look at his template, +1. So we know he's an elite player now. Or is he? He's only an elite deep threat receiver. Slot, he's great. Physical, he's great. Route runner, he's great. But he got them so close to each other, 87, 86, 85, 91. They're not that far apart from each other. So with that being said, he can do anything. And plus, because he's above an 85, 85 or above, all his boxes are available to him now. So if I was to go on him, he can get anything now on this guy because he's 85 or above. And that's how you want to build your players. Simple as that. So Falk is actually in a good situation where he don't think he is, because he's so used to developing the players in the way he want them to be and how he want them to be. He's not getting that right now. At this point right now, Rondell Moore will be a 99 speed, 99 excel. Isabella will be a 99, 99, and he'll be working on Sheldon Ward to become that. But you got a dog like Sheldon Ward right now who's still not unlocked. But when he unlocked, what he going to unlock too? But you see an 81 template, but he really a 79 deep threat, 78 physical, 73 route runner, slot 71. So until he built all those to 85 or above, he's not going to better get what he really wants on this guy or pet what he really wants on this guy yet. All right, so another thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about some rules real fast. All right, hit that like button, smash that like button, flat out. Everybody that's watching right now, if you're in the league or you're in King Madden League and you watching, smash that like button right now. Screenshot a picture of you smashing that like button for a +1 speed. All right, so rules. Here we go. Play calling, fellas. It's big, it's important. I know we have plays that lock. So your argument could be, how could I run the same play if the play lock? Well, you can't run the same play if the play lock. You can keep a guy in hurry up offense and run the same play the whole drive if you wanted to. All right. If you keep a guy in hurry up offense, remember there's a rule here. So listen to my play calling rules. You cannot run no play more than 3 times per drive. When I say play, I don't mean I come out eye close, run stretch. I can run stretch and single back. I can run stretch in any other formation. No. If you run stretch 3 times on a drive, you cannot run stretch the rest of that drive, the 4th time on that drive. So if you put a 12-play drive together, you can't run stretch more than 3 times no matter what formation you're in. Same thing goes with defense. No matter what defense you in. Alright? No matter what defense you're in, you cannot. Now, you can call all types of different cover 4s. You can call all different type of cover man. You can call all types of cover 3s. But you cannot run the same coverage 3 straight times in a row. So, for example, if I'm on offense and I run stretch, let's say I run eye close stretch, I keep you in it, run eye close stretch again. I ran it 2 times in a row. I can't run that play, a stretch play. I can't run stretch the rest of that drive. Okay? Let's say I come out and run eye form close and I run stretch. Right? But then I don't run stretch, I run trap. Then I come back and I run stretch again. Right? But then I run 4 more plays that's not stretch. But then I run stretch again. But I'm on a 30-yard line going in. I ran stretch 3 times in that drive. I can't run stretch the rest of that drive. Simple as that. So let's say I come out and cover 3. I don't care if you in 4-3, you in 3-4, you in dime nickel. You call cover 3 coverage. You cannot call cover 3 coverage 3 times, more than 3 times on a drive. Or you can't call it 2 times in a row. You can call it 2 times in a row, but after that, it's over. I don't care what cover 3 it is. Understand what I'm saying to you? So you can't call cover 3 coverage 2 times in a row and then run it a 3rd time, or you can't run it more than 3 times in a drive. So yes, there's a million different covers. Cover 3 match, cover 3 hard flat, cover 3 this, cover 3 that, cover 3 with a blitz. I don't care what it is. You run cover 3 times in a drive, you can't run it no more. You run it 2 times in a row, you can't run it no more that drive. It's just that drive. So learn how to run some other coverages. Simple as that, right? So whatever plays you running, I don't care if you got trapped in 12 different formations. If you run it 2 times in a row, you can't run it the rest of the drive. If you run it 3 times in a drive, you can't run it the rest of the drive. You can't run it a 4th time. Simple as that, all right? The other main thing that I'm starting to see now is guys are getting slick now. What they're doing is they're not showing their depth chart of having safeties at sub linebacker. But you guys are doing it on formation subs, and you're doing it during game and formation subs. All right, now there's only one package that allowed a safety to be at the slot corner, and that's the big nickel. And that formation you're allowed to do it because the game is allowing you to package sub, and in your package subs you can do it. Right, but that doesn't mean you could do it for everything. So there's a lot of package subs out there that allow you to do some things that our rules don't allow you to do. So I'm telling you, big nickel, you can have a safety at the cornerback spot, slot cornerback spot. That's it. Don't go to formation. Don't go here, right, and think you're gonna be plugging them in and guys don't notice and shit. Because it's a tell-all. We know how to, we can figure it out. Guys pay attention. You might not think they are, but they paying attention. You can go, let me see what I'm talking about. You can go here and go to formation subs, right? And it'll never show us on your depth chart that you got safeties playing sub linebacker. That shouldn't be there. If they're not 6 foot 215, they can't be at sub linebacker. Simple as that. So if you got all these damn safeties on your team, we know why you got them on your team. It ain't rocket science. Why you got 5 safeties, six legit safeties on your team, 80 and above overalls and shit, and they all under 215. Well, where the hell you gonna use them at? You gotta get them on the field somehow, right? So, you know what I mean? Understand that. Now, You know, some guys just don't know the rules, right? And you know, a lot of guys been in the league or have been in the league before, so they think everything's the same. It's not. I'm just saying you cannot have it, right? You cannot, if they're not 215 pounds or bigger, you cannot put them at sub linebacker and have them on the field at slot corners and outside corners. I mean, I played the Steelers. He had Fitzpatrick playing outside corner. Well, especially the way I make safeties, bro. Some of these guys come out 92 hit power, stuff like that, and you're pitting them at the cornerback. That's kind of cheating. You know what I'm saying? Although it's like, why not? These guys falling forward every time they carry the ball. Why not have something to counter it? Right? Well, it's just rules. Also, you cannot put a. I know you guys. A lot of guys are starting to run some of the pistol shit where they got an up back that's you know, fast, pitting him at fullback. If he's not 220 pounds or bigger, you're cheating. You can't put him there. You cannot have more than 6 linemen on the field at one time. You can't have 7, 8. I don't care what the package say. You can only have up to 6 linemen on the field. And every lineman on the field has to have their hand in the dirt. So if you put a lineman at tight end, he better have his hand in the dirt. All right. They just the little rules that, you know, I've been playing and watching and things that's happening and complaints and all that stuff. These are the things that, you know, guys aren't paying attention to. And the 4th down rule is important, man. Y'all got to understand the 4th down rule. Listen, at any point, if you're down 21 points, you can go for it no matter what. If you're getting air 21 points, you can go for it no matter what. Simple as that. All right. Other than that, anything 4th and 3 or more, you got to punt the ball. Unless you're on your 40 going in for a touchdown, then you can go for it, no matter what the down the distance is. In the 2nd quarter, at the 2-minute mark, you can go for it, no matter what. In the 4th quarter, at the 4-minute mark, you can go for it, no matter what. In the 4th quarter only, if you're down 2 scores, you can go for it, no matter what. 4th quarter only. Other than that, you gotta be down 21, or you gotta be able to do it per rule, right? Anything that is if you're down 2 scores in the 4th quarter at any point in the 4th quarter, you can go for it. Other than that, you gotta punt the ball all the way up to the 4-minute mark. Then you can go for it after at the 4-minute mark. So they the biggest question rules that have been questioned and all that. So remember, if your fullback ain't 260, he can't play up back. Period. No matter what formation you in, he cannot play up back. And then just because you call a stretch out of 5 different plays and formations doesn't mean you can run stretch more than 3 times per drive. Just because you call and different cover 3s doesn't mean you can call cover 3 more than 3 times per drive. Gotta switch it up. Gotta use your playbook. A lot of you guys done made custom playbooks, and y'all got 51 sets and 500 plays, and you only use 2 sets the whole game and 5 plays. Open your playbook up. You made it. You spent the time making 51 sets and 500 plays and adding them to your playbook. Use them shits. And the reason why it's important is because of what my draft looked like. The game changes what our draft classes. So because of that, you gotta have rules in place for this, man. You gotta have rules in place. Bottom line. So other than that, man, guys are doing a good job. Everybody out here doing their best. They rocking. You know, if your league ain't doing good, if guys ain't bitching, complaining, if things, you know what I'm saying, if there's a lot of things go on that tells me, even though I get mad and frustrated with shit, a lot of things go on that allow me to realize that, you know, the league is running and is doing a good job and everybody's engaged. Because if you wasn't engaged, you wouldn't care about shit, or you wouldn't be arguing or complaining about stuff all the time. Me and myself included. Right? All right, fellas. Like I give out gifts, right? Because I choose to, because it's because you guys you're active as fuck. I mean, y'all got the league chipping, and at times, man, I just think people deserve shit. What's the wait for running back to fullback again? 220. No, 220. And remember, if you move a receiver to running back, right? Some of y'all might get receivers that y'all might want to move to running back. He can't be over, I think it's like a 93 speed. can't be over 93 speed. And if once you move him, every position you change, bro, they got to stay there the whole year. So if I got a corner that's that can get turned to safety and meet the requirements, the moment I move him from corner to safety, he has to stay there that entire year. If I move running backs, receiver, whatever you move in, whatever position you move by rule, if it's a legal move, they got to stay there the whole year. That'll stop all the questioning of you guys that slick, that like to change your players for XP, although you shouldn't be doing that now because it's too early. Like, I don't really get to see how you benefit from that. But you know, you guys are slicks. Guys are slick. Turn a receiver to a running back so you can get you know, some blocking shit or whatever the case may be, some running back stuff to help him out there, and then go back to receiver and shit, or turn a corner to a safety so he can get better tackling, hit power, shit like that, then turn him back to a corner. Like, those things aren't, they're illegal now, because once you move a guy, he has to stay there. Period. And then last thing on the rule tip is, every day I post in the chat, every day Nano posts the remaining games left. And I'm still doing what I said I wasn't going to do. It is not my responsibility to figure out why you ain't telling me what's going on with your game. Don't wait till we hit the league to complain about why you got a 50-50 or a forced loss or a forced win in some cases. Jesus Christ. Don't bitch at me if you didn't give us the information we looking for. Simple as that. It's your job. So for example, me and Boom play, we know we playing at 8:30. It's my job to post that shit in the chat. Add a commissioner who's responsible for scheduling, which is Nano or me, right? So you add one of us, put your time in the chat, and you're done for the day. Simple as that. I shouldn't have to come on every day at 6:30 and chase guys down at 7:30. What's up with your game? What's up with your game? Because what I'm gonna start doing from here on out is this right here. Nano's gonna post the remainder of games. That's it. I'm not even gonna chase or ask anything. I'm just gonna put the 7:30 once we get close to 7:30. All right, we're an hour away from 7:30. All games need to be posted and time stamped in the chat for these games to be played. I don't care if it's a game at 9 o'clock, right? As long as they posted their time stamp in the chat before 7:30, they can have that 9 o'clock game. But let's say you one of the teams that ain't respond or don't know what's going on or didn't say shit, and you think because it's a 9 o'clock game that you gonna better you know, post at 9 o'clock what your time was. I'm 50-50 in that game if neither one of y'all responded, or if or you just hop on and play a game, but our last game at 8:30 and they in the fourth quarter and you hop right on and play a game. Y'all gonna be in there playing that game. We gonna be in the next advance already, and y'all still gonna be playing that game, and then realize, wait, they hit the league. You ain't gonna know it until y'all get out of y'all game, but we gonna still hit the league. So bottom line, what I'm saying is, I'm not chasing down. I'm not gonna at nobody, or I'm chasing them down anymore about what's up with your game to get your opponent. I don't care. If it's not done by 7:30, I'm considering it a 50-50 unless one of y'all reach out and show proof why you should get the win. Simple as that. You know, we let a lot of shit go because we just want to advance. Everybody want to play their next game, so we let guys get away with tanking when they shouldn't be tanking right now. I let it happen 2 seasons in a row because we just want to get to the next week and play our games. But guys can't be tanking. If you don't have a legitimate excuse why you can't play your games, then they count. Three games played without an excuse that you gave a forced win up or didn't respond, I can remove you and put somebody else in the league, and you wasted your $20. But because we so fast and want to play our games over here, we don't care if you tank. But nah, we care, bro, and going forward, because I have to do this because I literally had a guy mad at me yesterday for giving him a forced win at week 8. You would think that he would say, yo, bro, I'm pretty much playing for the draft pick. I'm going to play games when I can, but I'm really not trying to play this year. I'm really just trying to get my draft position and all that. He could have hit me and said that to me advances to go because the guy I'm talking about ain't played a game since like week 3. You could have been told me that. Now I know. So now when your opponent come up, but it's still that person's choice. If you tanking, you lose your rights to everything. You don't get to determine because you tanking. You get the forced loss. If a guy don't want to give you don't want to take the forced win, they don't have to, bro. Because you tanking. This guy's active. He play all his games. He get to decide. Yo, this guy tanking, bro, and I'm not trying to give him the win. Or, I mean, I'm not trying to give him the forced loss, bro. Fuck that 50-50 it or give him the win. We're giving him the win. We're giving you the win because you're not active. You don't get to tell us shit. You don't get to dictate nothing. So, take that in consideration. You don't get to dictate nothing if you go on tank mode. Y'all saw me drop guys, players that went up in XP, went up in ability traits that was tanking. We had guys, quarterbacks went to superstars and all that shit, and I dropped them right back down because you're not the reason why those guys went up. Simple as that. But you are the reason why my guy went up super fast because I'm playing your computer. You know what I'm saying? Because you won't play your game. So you lose all your, like, you better do it how the Lions did it. Play your games, but lose, but play your games. Alright, and then y'all can't realize, y'all can't afford not to be doing your training and all that stuff because your team gonna get fucked up over this practice shit. This shit real. Yeah, he qualified for 3 formations, but once you move him to 1, he got to stay there. I heard stand at running back. I like that move too. You know he played running back in college and high school. What's the corner to safety rule? You got to be under 93 speed. Simple as that. And then, under 93 speed, that's it. And then he can get moved there. And he has to stay there the whole year. Alright, man. Alright, so off the news, off the league stuff, off the things that we needed, and let's get back to what's going on right now. Bear with me right now because we talked about the blockbuster trade that happened, man. When you go to stuff like guys that's trading right now, it's a domino effect. I told y'all this earlier. A domino effect that was started by the Philadelphia Eagles right now. You got loud GMs, right? You got loud GMs and you got quiet GMs that's doing a hell of a job GMing right now. But let's see what the Seahawks has acquired over the last couple of Junkies. Let's go to the Seahawks.
All I know is Max is lucky I ain't have him first.
Alright, so the Giants traded quarterback Daniel Jones to the Seahawks. The Seahawks trade quarterback Russell Wilson to the Giants. The Seahawks trade their 2023 second round pick, which is pick 54, to the Giants. The Giants trade 2023 round 2 60 overall draft pick to the Seahawks. This trade got reversed. This is the first part of it, and it got reversed. So their real trade was Russell Wilson for Daniel Dimes and the swap second. So what the Giants said was, we're considering to be a playoff team. You're not. We want to move up in the draft. We're going to send you Daniel Dimes. You're going to send me Russell Wilson, and we're going to swap seconds. And I'm going to move up in the draft because you pretty much not going to win. You're going to give me a top 10 pick in the second round. So I like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. They also traded a 4th. Giants sent the 4th round pick to the Seahawks as well. So the Seahawks acquired, kept a second, got a younger quarterback that he could build with since Russell Wilson was going to decline and he was losing his abilities. They don't have to go start with a rookie quarterback in the draft. They got Daniel Dimes. They brought him in, and he can go forward. He's still young enough to be developed and still, and good enough not to have to, be tortured being developed. How is the Panthers sending you a second for Joe Burrow and you can't have more than two firsts or 2 seconds? This is the shit I'm talking about. And no, he ain't joining, man. He ain't joining. He might not even be the Panthers at this point right now. I got 3 guys in order right now to take that team when I'm ready to do it. So right now in the order is you got one person, you got Hoodie still in the line right now, you got a couple guys that's still interested in playing right now. So if Knox don't make a decision because he wanted the Bengals and can't get the Bengals, If he don't make a decision, I don't got time to be waiting for him to be ignoring me. So like pretty much he got to the day to let me know what he doing before I go to the next person. But anyway, Giants trade 2024 round 4 pick to the Seahawks as well. All right. Then Ravens send cornerback Chris Westry to the Seahawks. Seahawks trade 2023 third round pick 78, to the Baltimore Ravens. So they got Chris Westry, a 6'4" corner with 94 speed, 75 overall. The Seahawks grabbed him, and they got Danny Dimes, and they also acquired a 4th round pick in that Danny Dimes trade, Russell Wilson trade. So then you go back. I think this was the fixed trade right here. Giants trade 2023 second round. Yep, they swapped the picks. Switch. All right, so let's get to the players now. All right, the Giants send their 1st round pick in 2023 to the Seahawks. The Seahawks send DK Metcalf. So here's the trade that happened real fast. Give me a second. What's up, Mom? Mom, I'm on a show right now, so you need to hurry up. Huh? Yeah, 1:30. All right. All right. So DK Metcalf is now the Giant. I talked about it on part 1 of this show. And in return, they got a 94 speed second-year player at corner. They got a 94 speed 6'3" third-year player in Darius Slayton, and they got a superstar safety in the process of it. So they got a 1st and 3 players for DK Metcalf. He sent the house over there. Like I said, he gave up a lot, but I guess if that's what he wanted to do, fine with me. So he goes get Russell Wilson. He also goes and get DK Metcalf, and he gave up a 4th, a 1st, and 4 players. It's a lot. The 49ers don't have a 1st. Can we be allowed to have 2 seconds? No. You can go get a 1st though. Right. All right. So that was the trade. The Seahawks is, they're starting to build now, right? They went in a different direction. Now, my question I want to ask guys is, do anybody have a problem with them going from Russell Wilson to Danny Dimes? Because look, when you go from Russell Wilson, you decided you're not worrying about a quarterback in the draft. You want a quarterback to go right now. So the Giants are fed up with Danny Dimes. What's up? Najee not coming today. You heard me? Cause his mom's always tripping. She always want an extra day with him and shit. So he won't come until tomorrow for whatever reason. I'm cool with it though. How about you? I know you don't give a fuck. How was school? All right.
I got a 83 on my quizzes. I think it's a low B.
Yeah, it's definitely a low B nowadays. That used to be a good B for us growing up.
I know.
You got a B in what class?
Right.
My man. All right, so can you make me a ham and cheese sandwich? Yeah. Look me out. Here, give me some ice too. All right, here we go. Anybody that don't like that trade, I don't think it would have mattered. 10 picks a game, no matter who the quarterback is. Damn, you harsh, bro. That's how you feel? 190 carries a fucking season by week 5, no matter who you're running back. Yeah. Both sides winning this trade for what they want to do for this and next season. I like that. All right, I think it goes. I mean, when you new and you know what I mean, developing rookies is not easy, bro. First of all, developing players is not easy. So I'm not mad at him going from Russell to Danny Dimes because all he did was move back in the draft. Appreciate you, son. So I know you got a B and shit, and you making me a sandwich and shit, but I got something for you. We're going to go somewhere. I'm going to take care of something for you today because I'm proud of you. You're doing really good in school this year. Don't worry about it, man. Let me get that sandwich. You go relax, and when I'm off this show, we out of here. All right. So when I think of the trade, I think I'm not mad at him going to go. I mean, because all he did was move back in the draft. You know what I mean? The Giants is going to give him a pick somewhere in the 20s, right? Somewhere 20s to 32. That's if he's a Super Bowl winner, right? So you don't lose a pick and you gained a pick. You got an extra fourth, which is now vital in our league now. That fourth is important because you can get a starter with that fourth in a heartbeat. Huh? What y'all got? Baloney? Fuck, man. My baloney got her first name, man. Oscar was his name. Alright, so when you go to the Seahawks, you look at the overall of Danny Dimes and you think about quarterbacks coming out. Now, I will say this. We got a whole lot of first round quarterbacks coming out. And I do think we got guys that's going to come out 80 overall already. So that's scary. But it's still in my mind the 3 years experience versus a rookie. How many of you guys playing with rookie quarterbacks? Some of you guys are succeeding with that quarterback. Some of y'all feeling rookie vibes. All right. I don't know if there's a quarterback better than the crop of quarterbacks we had in the first draft class. Is this quarterback class better? I don't know. I'm not saying it is or not, but I do think this. I'm not mad at the Danny Dimes trade, right? Because you were gifted a quarterback sitting right here in Tony Mason. And my question would be this. If you got this quarterback gifted to you, this was your practice squad gift right here. He the only person that got a quarterback. So seeing that right there, did you really have to trade for a quarterback? Or could you have did what the Giants is great do right now, which is use Russell still while you let him mentor this kid and develop him, right? But I don't think that. I mean, I'm not going to say a practice squad guy. You know, I mean, he's a 74 overall. He got 80 speed, 81 excel. So they different there, but he does have 93 throw power. He got work to do. If you really look at Danny Dimes as a whole, 91 throw power, 88 short accuracy, 87. Like, I like him better across the board because he's high 80s when it comes down to threshold for all his attributes. I like that. I'm starting Tony Mason right now. Get him reps. He can draft first round talent in the second round this draft. Yes, sir. It all starts here so far. This is where it starts at. Alright, so you had to make these trades to get this shit off. The guy has 2 firsts. He got what nobody else can have right now, right? The second round pick is because of an error, so he's allowed to keep it because it was a commissioner's mistake. It was a rules committee mistake, so he get to keep it. And because of that, all that domino effect to him being able to look like this right now. 1 first here, 1 first here. So his first is going to can be somewhere in the top 10 right now. All right, so now he got 2 firsts, 2 seconds, he got a third, he got a fourth, he got 2 fifths, he got a 6 and 7, and he still got moves he can make to capitalize to even go even deeper in this draft. He had a great first draft though, so if you really look at what he did, let's look at it. So now they get rid of Russell Wilson, who Warriors welcome out here. You know, again, 7 to 8 picks a game is a high amount of picks per game. You got 2 quarterbacks that you can literally right now. Your season is over. I would play my games, but I wouldn't be playing, you know, trying to win games right now. I wouldn't care. I would play to figure out who I can develop and who's moving forward with me as a team. My man, appreciate you. So what, you just gave me a raw dog sandwich? Where the mustard at? I just bring me the mustard. Go and give me this raw dog ass sandwich, dog. Fuck, we at the skill center, nigga. Skilly out, bump. I mean a raw dog sandwich, boy. You think I eat a raw dog sandwich? Damn, that's harsh to say about your pops, man. Ain't even no mustard left. God damn, raw dog. This nigga gave me a raw dog sandwich, Rob. Fuck this sandwich up, though. And that shit bony as hell. Who you feeding that motherfucking... This sandwich bony as hell. Oh my god. I still appreciate you. Thank you, buddy. Shit bony as shit. Oh my god, he gave me a bony ass sandwich. That shit ain't gonna do nothing, cuz. Alright, let's get back to it though. Alright, so I'm not mad. What I would do is I would play Danny Dimes because you invested in trading for him. So you gotta play him. Would you say the same thing, Rob? Gotta kinda play this guy?
Yeah, that's what you got.
But what do you do with Tony Mason? You give him chances to start too, right? The rest of the season?
Honestly, I wouldn't even have made that move and get Danny Dimes. I knew I had that rookie sitting there as a gift.
Right. But when you knew and you don't understand, you don't understand a lot like everybody else would. You're learning. You're new playing franchise mode. So that got ignored. This wouldn't have happened if I would have been talking to him or I'd have knew that he was trying to do that. I'd have told him, look, you got a quarterback that was pretty much made for you, so you didn't have to go in the draft at all, touch quarterback. But he got the picks he can make up for. So what I do like, you got two quarterbacks you can shuffle through to figure out who's going to be your guy. One's a 79, one's a 74. And what I like about it is they're only 5 points away from each other. So you still have you got a quarterback battle on your hand right now. So now you got to take the rest of this year to figure out which one of them are going to go into the next season as your starting quarterback. Is it going to be Daniel Jones? And it sucks to be Daniel Jones because you go from a starting job to not even knowing if you're going to start.
Right. He's kind of like a journey. He's starting to become a journeyman because honestly, I think he really should go with the rookie. Give the rookie a shot, knowing that you got Daniel Jones as the security blanket.
Right. Like I would, like you. I'll be on your time, like you saying, because what you want to do is you want to get a rookie every opportunity to lose the job.
Right.
Gotta play dimes to see if he fits your scheme. If he does, then he no longer needs to address that position and build monster team with whatever the rest of that shit's saying. Who's calling? Oh my god. What's up, Mom? You know I'm on the show. Oh, what? You did what? You cooking dinner? Okay. You made enough for me and the boys too? Oh yeah. All right, I'll call you. I'm gonna call you when we get off the show.
Okay.
All right. Those picks. Speaking for myself, playing a rookie QB right now is tough if you don't run the ball. Nah, you right. Bop is engaged like a motherfucker. Look what a big win over a person that you consider, Bop, let me ask you, how you feel, man? You just beat Booney. You've been sending subliminals and messages for the last 2 to 3 days for us to recognize the fact that you beat Booney. You tell me you wasn't. Oh my God. Yes, you've been showing all types of, damn, I won and got the gift. Damn, you beat Boone, but you are playing with a rookie quarterback. And in the process of playing with that rookie quarterback, you're going through growing pains. I think everybody that got a rookie quarterback is going through growing pains. It is tough playing a rookie quarterback. So, Rob, what do you say to a guy like him that is really tough playing with a rookie? So you will go with dimes, right? But when you're not expected to do much or win, you're not going to win. You're not winning, so you have the luxury to play that rookie.
Right. Yeah, you're in no man's land right now. Like either way it go, the way it's looking for him, he's definitely getting the top pick. So it's like, why not see what you have in that rookie? I mean, I think Bob's in a position to actually compete for the division. So for him, it's different. Like, that's the way I see it. I mean, about doing Danny, seeing with Danny if he fit his system or not. But I feel like Danny had a shot. Like he ain't really paying for the Giants, and I really feel like he's got his leftovers. So.
I think he's a security blanket.
Right. But that's all he is. Like at this point, he's a good backup. Like you know what I'm saying? Not bad. Like he can your man go down. He can come in and fill in and get you a couple plays or a couple games. But he's not your long-term solution. Like he's not gonna get you through a year. Because he came fresh out of my division. And I can tell you right now, he's just as arid as any rookie quarterback you're going to see. Like he misses throws. Some of his throws sell. I'm saying when he do hit, he's on the money, but yeah, probably just as raw as that rookie. So
Dime, well, I think that's one of the main reasons why the Giants traded him, because they didn't see a shot of him going up from that star to superstar. So I think they just were stuck on him being a star, and that wasn't doing nothing for him. He went to a superstar quarterback and a shot to try to grab an X factor or a superstar out of the draft. This is what I will say. I think Danny Dimes is over here. You got to move on with that move, because here's the thing: nothing else happened if he didn't make this Danny Dimes trade. The Metcalf trade don't happen. The draft picks don't happen. None of that stuff happens if this didn't go down. So, worst case scenario, you use that. We went and got a guy that we're probably might not be super sold on, but that guy took us into the luxury that we're going to have in this draft and moving forward. Now, what the Seahawks did do is in the first draft they had a really good draft. All right. So let's start with it. Now you got two quarterbacks you're gonna have to figure out, and what better way to do it than do it now? Like I said, I would start the rookie first, because you want to give him a shot to win the job and every opportunity to lose the job.
I mean, at this point, he got the luxury to start one half and the other one the second half. Like he got that luxury at this point.
Right. He don't have a $42 million cap penalty. If he traded him, that would be that he'd take a $42 million hit. That's if he traded, like if he cut him or traded him. That's not his penalty. That's the Giants' penalty. All right. So what they did do is they went and got the number one running back on the board, not the number one running back in the draft, the number one on the board, and George Nelson. So they got themselves a superstar running back. That's about to unlock. So they upgraded there. That's a weapon to have. 6 foot, 194, 92 speed, 93 excel. He's 80 across the board and has all the attributes that matter. He's a good receiver back out the backfield. You look at his elusive back, he's an 86. His receiving is an 84. He's a really good receiver out the backfield. And then power back 74. You got to develop that part of him. But we like the running back. We got one of 3 superstars that came out at the running back position. He got one of them. All right, so we like him there. Would you agree? You like the running back position? Well, at least one, the rookie running back. I don't know, about the other 2, Carson and Penny. Even though they got solid overalls as well too, you can probably move forward with this backfield for right now. Like, you don't have to invest into at the running back position at this point. Like right now, right? You think he's comfortable with it? What he got, Rob?
I don't know if he's comfortable, but I mean, it's not a bad fit.
You draft the first round talented running back in the second, third round.
I'm just like, based on the moves he's been making, like how he's blended up the team, I don't know how comfortable he is with the team as a whole. So that's why I'm answering like that. But yeah, he has the potential to create something great if he knows what to do. Like if you utilize them draft picks the way person, like he get tapped in with you and I'm trying to talk to you a little bit more, get a little guidance. He should be cool.
Right. All right. Well, I like the running back pick. I think this is a weapon going forward. He already at 86 overall. He's losing. There's no green hours going up for this team, so he's a true 86. This is going to be a dog running back once he unlocked, right? Then you go look at the receiver position now. You got rid of DK Metcalf. Tyler Lockett is 29 years old. You bring in young Darius Slayton to come over to be your new number 1 receiver. Now he is lacking weapons at the receiver position, but it also matters what he does with Dwayne Eskridge. 78 overall, 95 speed, 95 excel. I like that over here. So I definitely think he got the draft picks to be able to go attack the receiver position. But I do think it's a need over here. He got to find a new dog. Because right now what he's saying is Slayton is his new dog, huh?
I like what Drew just said about trading another 2 running backs and just getting some more draft picks. At this point, you might as well just
go
all out.
Yep, go all out. I would do the same thing. Dime seems like the better QB of the 2, though. Trying to get superstar. It's a different approach. Yep. That sound was bony as hell. Oh my God. But he need a weapon at receiver. I'm not mad at the tight end, but I think he can upgrade here too. So we're starting to see the holes now. Um, Gerald Everett is a solid tight end, but 28 and only a 79 overall. I think he can get better there too. So to me, he still need weapons, right? Would you agree with that, Rob? Still need weapons. Fuck your mic, no one out, nigga.
No, that's my bad. I'm gonna go see about my bacon sandwich, bro.
We're on some fat boy shit. Looking at from quarterback to he's still lacking weapons right now. What he's saying is, I brought Darius Slayton over here to be my #1 receiver right now.
Okay.
Right? Is Darius? You played Darius Slayton a lot. Is he a #1?
Well, the way Max plays me, I don't like the wide receiver game. It was really like it went through Tony, so like I never really got to see what Slayton could really do.
Right.
Personally, it was like
we like his build though, 6'1", 190 pounds with good speed. We like his build, but I think he can upgrade at the wide receiver position in the draft, and I think he can draft 2 of them because he got the capital to do it now. Especially if he off those 2 running backs, like Drew said, off those 2 running backs, get late picks, 5, 6, whatever you getting for them, just get them and get them out of here. Right now, we don't see the weapons. What about the protection? All right, he got holes everywhere, and this is why you gotta blow it up. Yeah, offensive line is not really looking that shabby either right now. I mean, dude got Desmond Huff, the rookie, 80 overall. He could build around that. But he gonna need to attack that offensive line as well. I think he needs to make more moves. What about you? I think he need to trade more players. Like I would start to look at that linebacker and try to see what you can get for him.
Wagner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at this point, if you want to start all over, you must just go all the way out. Wagner gotta go.
Man. All right, so he got Jeremy Kern. Look, he got 80 overall DN on star. Got another rookie 71. What is he on normal? But he got 2 good DNs that he can develop. I like that. At D tackle, he got the boy Dean Mathis. This is the #1 D tackle in the draft, right here. Dean Mathis. He was the #1 on the board, not the #1 overall D tackle. But he's superstar, 80 speed, 83 excel, 99 strength because he got his coaching point shit up. So he's solid there. He can build around that. He got the fastest outside linebacker in the draft, Colt Shelton, 93 speed, 93 excel. This kid's at 80 overall. So he got, he's starting to get, now you're starting to see some of the pieces he did. I'm trading Bobby Wagner right now before it's too late because I know Bobby Wagner's 32 years old, but let's look at what Bobby Wagner did.
With some corners. He got massive corners on his foot, on this roster.
Man.
I guess Bobby Wagner with a couple corners for a couple draft picks. I mean,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's exactly what I would do. Bobby would be moved right now because whoever get him will still going to better use his abilities going into next season and shit because he's, at this point he's about to have the same type of numbers he had last year, so he's going to be able to keep his abilities. You want to build around Jordy Brooks. But like you said, it's massive corners over here right now.
Right. I know they're not all seeing the field, so it's like
you got to find out who your 4 corners you're going forward with. Simple as that. What 4 are you willing to play with going forward? And the rest of these guys got to go. I would turn Sidney Jones to a safety. I would probably turn Trey Flowers to a safety. And then I would probably rock with Trey Brown. You made the trade for Aaron Robinson. He got really good speed. I like that. You got a rookie, Denario Shields. I like him. And then you got Westry sitting down at the bottom. They the guys I'm playing. The rest of these guys are either on a block or getting position changes. And why do that? Because you could trade Trey. I think somebody come get a Trey Flowers or Sidney Jones, knowing that they can move him to safety.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, Quandre Diggs, 81 overall. And then that strong safety, you got Jabril Peppers in the building now. I would probably try to trade somebody like a Marquise Blair Try to get them out of there. Guys like speed. Ryan Neal, 26 years old. That speed is everything. 6'3", 200 pounds. This is another guy that you could probably trade. Probably not getting nothing massive for him, but guys are intrigued with height and speed. So this is good speed at the safety level, and he's a 71 with the green arrows up. I mean, when you're on a team that's losing the way they are, they got a couple green pieces right now. And they're telling you that they're going to develop fast, and come get them. They got a lot of work to do, but what I think they need more. They need to get more picks. They need more picks right now. Like, I don't think they even need to go trade for anybody else's players. I think they need to really go ahead and just tack the draft.
That's it. Or you can sit there and turn some of these skill players into an offensive lineman.
Right. Get some offensive linemen. You're 100% right. That's what I would do. I would build that line. I would build that interior, because the reason why Russell out here throwing 10 picks a game is because he ain't got nobody blocking for him.
Right.
They can't rush the quarterback. They can't stop the run. They barely can cover. And then on offense they work miracles to even score points, because they got a really good running back in the backfield and no offensive line to help that kid. So this team really needs a makeover and needs some help over here, and they need to get their GM on right now. They can't go another season like this, or they'll be so far behind that they'll just be they'll build their team, but by the time they get to season 6, 7, their team gonna be built off of having top 3 pick every year.
And the way this is set up, he might be fired by that time.
But he could save the franchise. I think he could save the franchise with the right guidance. You know what I'm talking about? Say that bitch. All right. Well, that was the trade. That was the domino effect. Right now, the Seahawks are in rebuild mode for sure over here right now, man. Let's talk about another team that look like they're in rebuild mode. We're gonna go to teams that were playoff teams, and now they're what's going on with them right now. So the next team I'm going to look at is we're going to go to the Dallas Cowboys with a 1-9 record right now. Another team that you had to play twice. The team that knocked you out of the playoffs last year was the Dallas Cowboys. Before we go anywhere, I want to hear from a guy in their division. Tell me, what is the Cowboys? When you play the Cowboys, and they coming to you, or you got to go to them? When it's Cowboys week, what goes through the Eagles' mind?
Number one, stop Zeke. That's all that.
Right.
On my man, but the Cowboys, they're a pretty top-heavy team. Like, they don't got a lot of depth. And once you isolate Zeke, the rest of the game plan is pretty much playing like he don't have a go-to. Like, he's building that receiver, that young receiver.
Yeah.
He's building him up, and I just played him last night, and I like some of the things I've seen out of him. He's gonna be a threat in a little bit. And
okay.
Talking to him and just knowing him as a GM, he got some plans up his sleeve. So I'm watching real closely. So.
Right, because he's another one of those quiet. See, reason why he's the quiet team amongst a whole bunch of loud teams over here is because he's losing. So because he's losing, he's flying under the radar right now. But I think he's doing the right thing. I think as you're losing games, there's no point. It goes two ways. I think Falk made a great point a couple of nights ago. Ezekiel Elliott is about to he's about to be a wasted player now that he's not running in the way he used to running. He's about to be a wasted player. Like, he's going to start to drop. But Zeke's still young, only 27 years old. But he's already showing that the red arrows are down right now. You saw what happened to Tyreek Hill at the end of the year, and he was 27 and it turned 28. You saw what happened to him. Do you think that he's doing the right thing? I do. I think he went away from Zeke and he's starting to try to open the passing game up while he's in because at the end of the day at 1-9 it's over with. There's no miracles happening at all. This shit's over with. Right now you plan to keep your team built and built players on your team right now. And you're also trying to figure out you already in off season mode, even though you're playing games. You're going through the games in motions to play and build, but at the end of the day your mind is on off season only, right? So if you have that thought process, what do they got to do to get themselves back to winning ball games again? and not being the bottom of the bracket, man. That's a short year. How things have changed in such a short year. Um, this guy, was talking about the reason why he in the NFC is to meet up against teams like the football team and the Giants. Like, he had pride in what he did last year, and this team is 1-9 this year, man. Does this team go for it with Dak Prescott, or are they figuring out right now this is not the quarterback for them? Now that he unleashed Zach and he's trying to build that the receiver over there, is it worth getting rid of an X Factor 29-year-old quarterback? Is it worth, superstar? Is it worth getting rid of him and moving on from it? I can say
I
this.
personally think so.
Yeah, I do too.
Because you don't utilize him. So like he's going to drop it. That's inevitable. Like, cause when he tried to use him, he's donating for the most part. Like there's a whole bunch of jump balls.
He donated last year, and in his playoff run, he donated. He threw 30 picks last year. He's at 38 right now, and he's throwing more right now, right? 22 sacks. Zach. He's under 60% completion right now. He only averaging 8.8 yards a play. Is not looking good for Dak Prescott. I know this: if there's a quarterback in the draft fast, he's not the quarterback for the Cowboys anymore. Simple as that. If he can land one. The problem is if there's a quarterback in the draft fast. All right. So now you looking at Dak Prescott. I don't think they're going to move forward with Dak. But they're going to keep him. They got to. $62.9 million is a lot of money to be losing.
They can afford it.
And they already had a cap issue last year. They're trying fix. Need to fix that shit. Won't come get a package though. Anyway, Ezekiel Elliott, 94 overall. He on Green Arrow down. I think Tony Pollard at this point. Why do guys not look at the future the way they should look at the future? Shouldn't Tony Pollard be getting 25 carries a game right now? Shouldn't you be trying to build him right now?
You should, but it's hard to get away from him because he got that X factor, and that X factor is real big. So I get why he's not. But yeah, I would be utilizing him way more than what he did. And he actually used him more last season.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are you not using this guy? Like, you should be trying everything in your power to get him to a superstar. He got 3 carries this year. 3 carries for 12 yards this year. That's it. Like, what are we doing over here? Why aren't you using this guy at all? And then you drafted a rookie, Darren Overstreet, 5'8", 210. So you got another rookie over here, but his arrows is pointing down as well. It's looking real red over here. James Conner goes to fullback. It's regular snake moves. How about Amari Cooper at 28 years old? Is it time for him to go? He won't give him a hit at all. Do you just cut him, or you try to think anybody that'll come get X Factor? Amari Cooper. He's 28, so he get to keep his abilities even though he's not playing good.
He's a hot commodity. Everybody come to get him.
Somebody to come get him.
You want to put him up? That's the question.
Yeah, because he don't lose anything. It'll be a 0 penalty. He can cut him right now and don't lose shit.
Yeah, but he's also just playing the safety blanket. Like if he need a play, he's going on more. So it's that's what I'm saying. Is he willing to deal him? I know he's more from these 50s. Come down to
but he ain't gonna waste no time on it. Cause I'm gonna tell you, 28 years old, he's too old right now. He ain't worrying about him.
Really?
And I know you listening to me say that, and you like, why? Because you got D-Hop out there shitting right now. What you mean he ain't worrying about him? You better worry about him, right? I just don't think he goes forward with him. I think Tree is their new guy over there. But then again, you still got this kid sitting here at the bottom, Simi, and he doesn't really get involved in their offense at all. And he's 6'4" body, 222, 93 speed. I would be building around Tree Owens and fuck out of here for real.
I agree with that.
They got a lot of issues, but they still look. I know you see a lot of red going on over here, but this team still they're like you said, they're top heavy. They got a good overall still right now. They could turn it around in a heartbeat. What I'm afraid of is they're going to go all rookies. They're going to draft the fuck out of every rookie they draft. Going to start, especially if they get good, 70s or above. It's going to start, and then you're going to put yourself in another 2 seasons before you can even catch back up to being able to compete in your own division. Can he afford that?
I don't think he don't got a choice at this point. Unless he
I think
like,
he do got a choice because like right now, like again, overall matters, man. When your overall is at 89, offense, defense, and overall as a team, you got a good team over here.
right, and
So
that's
what's
the
the problem? Why are they losing like this? I mean, they got a good team. I mean, it was, we couldn't fill holes. The cap penalty, our cap was fucked up. We couldn't do nothing in the offseason. Like, you still had, like, what's the problem over here? I'm confused on why they 1-9 right now after having the season they had last year. It wasn't just everybody caught up to the 40 carry Zeke shit.
Yeah, I think it was just the scheme. Like it's the same running plays, same formations. He didn't open it up too much, so it's like if I'm noticing it, and I know when the jet sweeps is coming. I know down and distance what you want to do in this instant. Like I'm pretty sure half the league noticed it. And you got people like myself, especially Max, who studies. Max is like an avid studier. So if we're watching this and we're catching on to this game, and you're not going to keep getting away with it. Like especially in this is the wrong division to try to be repetitive. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's hard because all y'all active and y'all all paying attention. He is
Yeah.
good at the tight end position right now. Bradley Moore. Whatever happened to that other tight end he got? He ain't getting back. He keep leaving. Damn, calling his offense out. All right, line. He's invested there. Zach Martin went from guard to left tackle because of the retirement of Tyron Smith. They had a lot of things that got in their way, man. That got them in the situation. Having no cap money, losing young player like 28-year and 29-year-old players retiring on you and shit. Like they in shambles over here, the Cowboys. But if it's a GM that can get himself out of this shit, it is him. I just don't think he can afford to have to really rebuild this team and try to be a contender. I think he's gonna miss the playoff for the next 3 seasons if he doesn't make a decision on how he gonna do it. Like it's easy to blow it up and then get all rookies in the building and wait for the process, but this wait is longer now because it's harder to build. So like and then it's like, do you have the
So that's
skill
all.
set? And then by the time you're going through all that, Ezekiel is going to be in it. At this point, Ezekiel ain't even going to better do what he been doing in season one, because he could do it now. He's doing it, but it ain't resulting the same. Like you're not getting wins by chewing the clock and giving him 40 carries. So you go away from it, and I'm telling you like this. I watched the first 2 games. Zeke got the ball a whole lot in those first 2 games. It's just the results was different.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the excuse can be, "Fuck it, man. We just want we want to throw the ball now. We want throw the ball and get this rookie built and all that stuff." But again, I think that's going to be an excuse. What really happened is my old ways of what I was doing ain't working right now. 40 carries, I'm wasting the game just running him and still losing. I might as well do other stuff. And now you trying to rely on Dak to be, superstar Dak, and he all he did was hand the ball off last year, so he ain't really Dak. He want to get the fuck out of there in the worst way. Um, and then you got a young line that you're trying to build back up. Like you got a whole bunch of guys that are high 70s, but they got to be built back up. With your 2 tackles being at 97 and 91 that you can still build around. Defensively, look, DeMarcus Lawrence is 30 years old. Cameron Jordan is 33. Anybody that matters, right? At D tackle, you pretty solid there. You did go get a monster out the draft and Connor Carroll. So you kind of solid there. Linebackers, you're going to build around Micah Parsons. At the middle linebacker, Jabril Cox, and then the young boy Johnny Hells is balling out for him. Thank God for practice squad waivers. Good look, Ant. Right? Oh my God, bailed him out. Jalen Smith, he's 27 and he only has 76 overall, so his age ain't matching his overall right now at all. But the bright spot is the secondary. They young as fuck in the secondary, and they're gonna be really good in the secondary for a really long time. So they do got a secondary that's gonna better really, really shut some teams down on that department. But they got to get better everywhere else right now. So then, my thing would be, the biggest question is, are you going to add way more rookies to this team and still build from young going up? If that happens, I think the chances of you ever making it back to the playoffs is real slim. Or are you going to motherfucking finesse and make things work with some of these players around here, like keeping a Dak, Prescott, and he's a veteran. Keep him and getting comfortable into a system outside of handing the ball off or throwing 50-50s up to the big 6'6" guy. Simple as that. But right now they in shambles. Right now, I don't see this being a 1 year fix. I
They
think
say
this is
this
going to take
about him.
multiple years.
For this team to be like this, he do be in every game. I could honestly say that about
And
him. Like,
that's the conversation that he would probably want us to have, which is, bro, I could easily really only have 2 losses this year.
hmm
Because he was in every game. Shit, when he started off 0-5, he should have been 5-2. I mean 0-6, he should have been. What was it? 0-7 he started off.
hmm Something
He
like
should
that.
have he should have had 5. He should have had 2 losses instead of 5 or 6 losses at that time. So he should have been like 4-2.
Right.
And he played all those games close, and he played some top guys that was close like that too. So yeah. So but that's the part of the overall. Your team is still better than a lot of the leagues, and because of that is the reason why you in those games in the first place. Um, and again, so now what do you do? Do you blow it up with these rookies and bring rookies in at all key positions on offense, and or you find a way to make it work with some of the guys that's there while you adding these young boys in the building? Um, the jury's out right now, and how fast the number 1 seed went from number 1 to number 4 in this division right now, and he playing a first place schedule too. That's an ass kicker right there too. You playing a first place schedule. But I will say this: with the way you bust moves, the way the Giants is busting moves, and the consistency of the way the football team build. Where's there room for the Cowboys to be relevant anymore?
I don't know, man. We just gotta wait and see. Cause keep up with us, like you said, me and Max. We're always proactive with the moves. Like I'm like the trade deadline's over. I can't trade no more this year, but I'm looking at after the playoffs and the Super Bowl. What move can I make to get better next year? Like,
Right.
so it's like he got to develop our mindset in a way. Like I know he got his own system, he got his own style, GM, man. But at some point, you got to dig into our minds as other GMs. Like, what is my division doing?
Yeah.
How
What
is
is my
system like?
division doing? Yep.
Like you say, you prep for your division to be able to win outside of it. And right now, he's behind the 8 ball.
Yep, but he not gonna miss no gifts or nothing like that. He gonna be on deck for all that shit, so he's not gonna miss out there. I did see he got that tight end from the practice squad. Remember how your Neil kept going to different teams and shit?
Yeah,
He going through that right now. That's part of the staff point shit. Like where you get it's part of the scenario. That's why he was getting traded like that. Like the computer doing it.
yeah, that was
But it's
weird.
part of a scenario. Shoguns broke it down to me the other day. If he was on, I would have him explain what it is, but I don't know where that guy's at.
Thought
Um,
he was.
I've been here, bro.
oh shit, I ain't know. There you go. What's up, bro?
What's up?
I didn't even know you was here and shit. So what's
Yeah.
the scenario situation where that practice squad player keep going to different teams?
It's a scenario that's um it's an in season scenario where your GM is asking you, are you interested in X player or players, and when you choose that player, they'll go out. The CPU will actually force that trade.
Oh, okay. That's why it only pops up on transaction and not like it's weird. Like the way that shit happens, it's like the player just bouncing the team to team and shit. The practice squad shit is locked. All that shit, like, it's weird. So
Mm-hmm.
I get it. That's part of the scenario now. No problem. Um, fellas, I'm talking about teams right now. Now we're talking about teams right now. The Cardinals are sitting at with 2 losses right now. Both the losses they took came from teams that ran the football on them. Right? Should we be concerned about Kyler Murray as a quarterback for this team, and should we be concerned with the defense that they have over there as far as stopping the run? Um, you got young DNs. You got rid of a Chandler Jones, but you got young DNs over there, right? And guys are just double teaming J.J. Watt right now and they're making those young players show that they can play. And when they got guys, ability linemen in front of them, they're not as active as they usually will be, you know, going up against guys that that's neutral on how they look. So when I look at the Cardinals and we go back to scheduling, right? Um, I guess my question would be: should it be any cause for concern over here, or is that just a product of the game, man? Look, bro, I got beat by 19 by a guy that ran the ball 37 times on me. At that point, it looked like we couldn't stop the run. So am I overthinking this, or am I asking the right questions right now? How long can Kyler Murray get away with throwing anywhere between 5 to 6 picks a game?
Ooh, I mean, this is something that it's been past that type of time.
Okay.
And I mean, period. Sorry for my pause. I'm actually in the middle of a game. Um, yeah, in order, especially when you lose a big time player on defense, with Chandler Jones, I mean, you have to compensate that on offense. Some people may not understand me when I say that, but helping the defense out is also a matter of keeping your offense on the field,
Hmm.
uh, and not relying on them as much. So cutting down on the turnovers definitely keeps your defense off of the field.
Right. I don't think it's cause for concern. What's up, love? You on break already? Uh, yeah, I'm doing part 2. Stay on. Don't stay on though. Stay right here. Stay right there, cause I'm almost finished. Huh? Damn, mom calling right now too. I'm not answering that call. Just stay on for a second. All right. So we saw the Broncos game against the Cardinals, right? And what we saw, we laughed at it and he made fun of it, and he laughed at it, and he even called it out the other night when he said, "I lost to a guy with 23 carries, and I lost to a guy with 8 catches out the backfield, same player, right?" So it's check down Charlie, and a lot of running the ball 23 times, right? And he lost there. But then you go back to the passing part of it, and you also saw Kyler Murray with a 22.2 QB rating, 1 touchdown and 4 INTs in that game, right?
Right.
Um, you skate through some of these wins, right? Seahawks was a computer game. He threw 3 picks against the 49ers, right? But he threw five. No, he threw three. Yeah, 4 picks against the 49ers, but he cleaned it up because 3 of them was in the first half. After that, he ended up throwing 6 touchdowns and 1 interception. So he started to clean up there. And when I saw that game against a quality user like Drew, I started to think, all right, he's starting to get it right now. He's starting to turn him around a little bit. And so my original question was, the run, stopping the run, and Kyler Murray, is he in the way of the Cardinals' success, or is it just too early to say that right now, right?
I think
Um,
I think it's too early because if I'm looking at the two opponents he lost to, these careful users. Like
right,
they're not putting the ball in harm's way a lot.
at all.
The rest of us, like what I'm saying, some of us run up, some of us run, but we risk it with the pass a lot. When you think about Jimbo and Craig will run it before you got to pass it because Craig just don't want the interceptions. That's just Craig's pride.
Right,
Jimbo's say he'll take the check down for him to see how you care how you feel about the check down or not.
right,
He take what you give him, and that's the common thing I see with them two particular users. So outside of them running the ball effectively, they're taking care of the ball. So if it comes down to like a game like against them where he's risking it all, throwing it all over your Kyler, donating like past 6 picks, then yeah, he's in trouble. Anybody else he could probably clean up like how he cleaned up the game with Boone. Boone went up 28, and Boone decided to try to air it out with him, and like that's what you can't do with folks. You can't sit there and think you about to air raid with the air raid chant. Like you just
right,
can't do it.
right. And that's why I asked this question, because what I'm saying is this. Uh, uh, you know, sometimes to get success, you got to be able to conform. if that makes sense. Um, you gotta be willing to do what the doers do at times. You gotta be willing to, you know, take a step back and see the game for, how the game's being played, and understand how to play, play your new game without compromising who you really are. And I say that to say this: you don't go make a trade for a running back like a Tyson Williams like that, and don't have him helping you win games, because a player like that should have Kyler Murray not throwing as many picks as he is game in and game out, right? You can't wield your way to, faulty ball and fuck all that. This is what I do, flinging that shit, fuck the run. Now, you can't do that when you got guys literally seeing you as, the standard, the guy you want to beat. You want to beat him in the worst way. You don't care how you win that game. I could guarantee you the entire game, and Craig had a pretty sizable lead at one point. That entire game, Craig probably was in that bitch sweating, palms tight, look, backside tight as a motherfucker, because he knew what was in state of who he is playing and what it does for him to get that win, right? When I say that, because I've heard Falk say, fuck it, I'm going to play guys how they playing me, and play that way and have success. And I saw him play that way to the point where it opened up the stuff he really wanted to do. So my thing is he's going to be old school, hard-headed, or do you think he's going to eventually get what this game and this is about right now, and understand what's going on, and be able to use that to be able to put himself back, up to the point where, it's hard to play the Cardinals as it is now. But what happens when he's utilizing the game the way the game is being played?
For the veterans that he got rid of, it's going to take time to replace that.
Yeah, it is.
And to grow the replacement. I think that he made these moves with there was no heir apparent with the moves that he made, and he's growing these kids up. So you're going to have those growing pains. And even with just one veteran there, And it's funny you say that Craig was probably sweating and carrying on. I was actually on headset when he played that game, and he seriously said that it was hot. He thought the AC was off or something like that.
It was hot as shit in there. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
He liked to talk shit, so like when he wasn't talking shit, I knew it was serious.
I never seen a person call me back to back like this because I won't answer the phone. Hold on, babe. What's up, Mom? I know, Mom. I'm on my show and on the other line. I got you. All right. But yeah, I mean, I say this to say, the run game can get anybody at any moment, especially guys that will consistently run that shit at you. I mean, look at my game, bro. I made a point and I said Boone runs the ball against opponents he need to run the ball against. Simple as that, right? And what happens? He come out 37 carries against me, go play circle bob, 10 carries and lose. Right? When you got a guy in the backfield that's crazy, it's crazy and hard to stop like that. Well, you got guys in the league that don't give a fuck about that. Oh, y'all saying I run the ball too much, but they don't give a fuck, bro. They are gonna run their players because they're good at it and that's what they do. And I think guys are gonna play certain guys a different way, and it's just that simple. But when you know that's the standard, pretty much. You gonna face guys that are not gonna do this thing. Like, you can't go through the schedule and be like, look, he played me, look what he did, fucking 60 carries in our game, threw the ball twice. Fucking played this nigga, he threw the ball 40 times. Look at that. You can't do that knowing that that's what you are. People are gonna do that to play you. They gotta do that to play you. They gotta be able to do things. So my question is, do you think Falk is going to get it to the point where he understands, like, all right, this is how guys are going to play me. I got to go get the win a different way now?
I think he already gets it, but is he willing to change who he is? To adjust to it? That's the question. I think he already get it though. Like,
So remember when I said, is it too early to be asking this? Because this is what I think. If we get in another season like 21, where Dan there took 7 seasons for anybody different to win a Super Bowl. I'm just saying this. I don't think the same person will dominate like T did in 21 like that. But if multiple guys are getting Super Bowls and he's not, or I'm not, you don't think that it would be an urgency?
yeah, I know the urgency then. Like what D West got last year, somebody else
Right.
new wins
Somebody
this
else
year.
get it
Especially if
this
it's
year.
NFC.
Right.
Especially if it's NFC.
Yeah, and another NFC guy get it. Man,
Yeah,
the urgency will be there, right?
right.
So that's what I mean by am I speaking too early right now? I don't think he feels that type of pressure right now because I know him. I know my squad, and what I do know is this: we care about season one, but we always scream the same language. Don't let us steal a Super Bowl year one. We're not expected to win it year one. We know what we great do with our teams and what type of atmosphere we put around ourselves before it becomes, oh my God, here you go. And I think the problem with that is he's not comfortable with how his team is building because it's a different build than being able to just be great and get them built off of being great. Shit is a whole new chain of direction when it comes down to building. So I want to know is it just too early for him to be in panic mode where you're going to see all right, fuck that. I'm not letting nobody. I gotta do my thing. I gotta make my mark, make my stamp, meet a goal that I've met every year I've played, which is get to a Super Bowl, win that bitch, and be called a champ fast and one of the better players in the league fast. Or am I willing to sit through another one of those long, exhausting leagues of almost there but not there?
That's a trick question because I don't know
Right.
his mindset. So
I do.
Ooh,
I know his
man.
mindset, but I know he hard-headed too. I know he is thick-headed and he's gonna do it his way, right? And his way, to me, is the reason why you seeing Collar. Collar is averaging 5 interceptions a game, bro,
Mm.
and he's 7-2. Just think about that. If you go to anybody else's team and they threw 5 interceptions or more, they got blown out. I could guarantee that. Anybody's schedule you look at right now, if they threw 5 to 7 interceptions, they lost that game by double and triple digits.
they down train 7-2.
And they not 7-2. Yep. And they not 7-2. Anybody that's donating how he donating are being talked about as a top 10 pick right now. So again, is it too early for panic, or is this the right conversation to be having, or am I waking up a monster right now?
I think you probably awakening a monster right now.
Definitely poking at the beast.
Poking at the beast right now.
Yeah.
Cause look, Craig ain't going nowhere. Nano ain't going nowhere.
He let Craig get a win, so Craig.
D West ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you got guys, you got guys over there that ain't going nowhere. They're not going nowhere. And they showing you who they are and what they gonna do, how they gonna do to get you, and what's your response, man? Come on, the GOAT. What's the GOAT's response? Shoguns. What's the GOAT's response right now? Because right now the GOAT ain't looking like the GOAT at all right now.
No,
And he's not having a bad. It's not like, come on, he played in the NFC Championship last year. He's 7-2 right now. He about the second, you know what I mean? But he ain't. It don't look good right now. It almost reminds me of what Patrick Mahomes and them looking like right now. That's the feel I get around that Cardinals team. But yet the production is not the same. Like, they still got 2 losses and that's it. And even those 2 losses, the teams that won had to sweat it out. No pun intended.
I think Folky would tell people like just give him another season.
Right. I'm thinking you can't ain't no more give me another season. It's like you conform. You either conform or get confronted. That's what it's going to be right now. Fuck that. Conform or get confronted. Your way is still your way. Make it your way, but you better make a way to make your way your way. Because right now, your way, you're playing. He's playing. He's gambling. He's gambling, bro. That's what he's doing. He's playing. He's gambling. He's standing on the edge, the ledge, where while the wind blowing, waiting for the wind to blow. Like he on the edge right now, playing with his integrity. He's playing with um who he is. He's playing with because sooner or later, what happens? Look, this is the Chiefs' problem in real life. They haven't conformed. They ain't do nothing. Everything is RPO. You got an offensive line that's confused. They don't know if they're supposed to be blocking hard for a run or letting up for a pass. They don't know. That's what the RPO do to your offensive line. So you don't have a line that can monster motherfuckers because they don't know when to monster a motherfucker. Andy Reid and B.W.D.G over there, had they been getting away with what they've been successful with no change up. Like they ain't, what have they done in the draft? Really, who they, what pieces they really got, or how deep are their weapons really? We know how good Kyler Murray, we know how good Patrick Mahomes was, but what the problem with the Chiefs is, their way it doesn't scare anybody anymore, bro. And that's all it is. Nobody's scared of them. We just take away your deep ball. We know your quarterback is going to try to make a play rather than checking down. Hence, we know the Cardinals trying to boo baby you instead of running the ball 10 more times. Hence, we know, if you're not scared of the Chiefs' offense no more, and they don't got a good defense whatsoever, people running the ball down their fucking throat for 9 yards a clip. Man, why I gotta play to your skill set and throw your user 7 picks for you to be able to be happy in the game when I can make your user have to tackle me 20 times, 30 times, and make you throw me the 5 picks you usually throw a game right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, pretty soon, you don't have fault. The build ain't the same right now. You don't got 99 speed receivers running around everywhere right now already in year 2. Nope. They not upgrading like that to that point right now. You got work to do. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? All right, you got your quarterback finally on X Factor. You did that. Now what's up? Because he wasn't on X Factor last year, and he was producing the same way last year that he is this year, throwing a lot of touchdowns with a lot of interceptions. What do you do when they butt balling you? Do you cut the game off and find something new? I need another game in my life. I don't know. I think this was a great conversation to have. I don't think nobody expected me to be talking about the Cardinals in a way of they on a clock right now. They on a clock right now. What do you do? How do you like you said, when I'm poking a monster, how do you poke the monster? You're on the clock right now, big guy. What are you gonna do right now, huh?
Well, normally Falk will vet wise he blows his teams up year 1. This time he blew it up year 2 for the most part. So I'm looking at this kind of as a year 1. That's why I said that he would probably say give him 1 more year.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree with that. We got a big time game tonight between the Browns and the Ravens. Last year, same thing happened last year. The Browns came out and they scored 31 in the second quarter. Right. It's about to be. It's about to be. I got one person that was in front of you, hoodie. And if cause I'm done with Knox. It was Knox, and then it's my cousin, and then it was you in the order of trying to get in the league, bro. And if the motherfucking my cousin don't respond, Knox is done. I'm not gonna keep giving him a chance. He can't even respond to me, because he want the Bengals instead. Whatever. I don't know. Anyway, if my cousin don't respond to me by tomorrow, hoodie. Everything. Now, but with that being said, the Browns beat the Ravens convincingly last year in the opening game, and then the Ravens beat them 2 straight times, regular season and then the playoffs. The Browns came out and beat the Ravens, and a lot of people watch that game will say that the Browns like beat like they manhandled the Ravens. Uh, would you can I use that, or is that like too harsh, or can I use the fact that they got manhandled?
That's not too harsh. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I know it was unusual to see
Man,
somebody being manhandled like that, of that caliber. So it was different, but hey, it happened.
so who's the pressure on more right now, the Browns or the Ravens, coming into their second matchup?
Um, I mean, I really think the pressure is on both. This is a divisional game where the lead in the division can swing one way or the other. I don't think there's any more pressure on one than the other. So I think this is gonna be, this is gonna be a dogfight. This pay-per-view.
All right. Ravens playing a first place schedule and still got dogs left on their schedule. But the Browns dropped the game to the Bengals. And this is not a game that I didn't expect them to win or lose. Like, I think they could have did either or. But this is a game that I would say I can see that happening. I picked it last year with the Steelers. I said the Steelers was going to get the Browns. They got them. The Bengals, I didn't pick that game, but I can see Bob getting him, right? And for the reasons I say, he ain't gonna do to Bob what he got to do to me or somebody else he respect as a player. When he plays the game, he has the ultimate weapon in the backfield. You use him, he fuck around could be in the Super Bowl just using him. And I think those 37 carries in game one was a statement for him. And I think the statement was the pressure was on him more than it was on me, because he got aired 2 straight times in a row by me. Like, it wasn't like he aired me and let me come back to a 7-point game in the fourth quarter. But he was comfortable and he had his cheerleaders. Oh my God! But like, me coming back and only losing by 7 really wasn't a big deal, because that didn't explain what happened in that game. He like aired me. Then he comes back in his second win, he manhandles me. So I can say pressure is on me, but then I say it's still on him too, because if he loses to me, I got a 2-game lead over him with a first place schedule still though. But I still think if he loses this game, it's more pressure on him to winning this game than it is the Ravens. I can lose to him again and still will be fine. Like, fine mentally, fine division wise with him when it comes down to us lining up and playing. But the thing is this: when he's pitted on the Ravens, it's because of that running back Nick Chubb. I would be a fool to think that he's gonna come into this game and 10 carry Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is going to be the past, the future, the present when he comes into this game tonight against Baltimore Ravens. And we going to Ohio at this time too. So I will ask you, Guns, make a case why the pressure should be on the Ravens more than the Browns.
Because I mean, any distance put between the two of you right now is that much closer to you closing out the division and getting that higher seed and maintaining the trajectory towards trying to get the number one seed and in the AFC, maybe get that first round bye.
Right.
And also send a very clear message to the rest of the division.
No doubt, no doubt. When you look at these two teams in the path they've taken to get to where they are right now, and you look at who they played, all of them have had. Both teams have had trap games early, and both teams have a schedule that you got to pay attention to. So if I start with the Ravens and we look at team schedule, right, and we look at, we came out the Bengals 59-21. Now, this Bengal team is in a way. Let's say it. The Bengals is the Steelers of last year. This year, would you agree?
I agree.
All right. So the Bengals is still a problem, and we both still had the Bengals on our schedule. But then we played the first place in AFC champions. And the Patriots to a 28-21 game. Our trap game was against the Cowboys, 32-28, pulled that out. Then we played the Broncos. This wasn't the original score, but it did get ugly. We did have a big lead on them and going into the fourth quarter. The Steelers aren't the same Steelers of last year. The Jets are the Jets. The Browns, we took the loss, 39-20, and we come back and get the Falcons, 45-14. I think that's our common opponent. Was the Falcons so far and the Bengals. But he lost to the Patriots. He also lost to the Bengals, and what was common in both of those games, both of them had their running backs running the ball at a high clip, 25 carries or more. They're the games he lost, right? But coming down the stretch, we got the Browns again. Then we got Buffalo, the Bucks. We got the Saints. The Saints is hot right now. We got the Jaguars, first place schedule. Bengals, Steelers, Panthers, Dolphins. Like I said, the schedule doesn't get any easier. But again, when you look at our loss, we lost to 37 carries, and Nick Chubb manhandling us defensively. Now, would you say Baltimore's defense is very young, and that to you, would that be the issue of Nick Chubb being able to do what he did, repeat what he did in game one and game two because of how much youth is on the field for the Baltimore Ravens?
Oh yeah, you definitely know that was my biggest concern for the Ravens when they first made their moves. I was one of the, I guess, opponents that said that they may have gone too young too fast. But this has been a long season, and there's been some growth, and they've been able to see a little bit more film. I mean, Nick Chubb is still going to be Nick Chubb. Don't get me wrong, but it's later in the season, so I'm expecting them to challenge Nick Chubb at least a little bit more.
All right.
This go around.
Yeah, I agree there, but again, so when you look at the Bills 42-17, Dolphins 38-21, Steelers 63-31, Patriots lost 45-19. You stop there, and I'm not picking on his losses, but I just want to show what's in common. I did the show before, and I talked about how Nick Chubb touches the ball against opponents that he feels as though is a threat to him winning the game. He doesn't run the ball when he's playing somebody he doesn't respect or doesn't feel like he's a threat. And again, J.K. Dobbins touched the ball 25 times, and Nick Chubb carried the ball 13 times in that ball game, with Hunt with 7 carries as well in that game. So they were over the 20. They had 20 carries or more too. In a losing effort with a running back running the ball the way he did. Then you got money if you miss out on the 24th. CFM. We have an opening. He knows an opening over there. Niggas is assholes though. He know. Alright, so let me see where I was at. Alright. So you get out of that game, right? And then you look at it. Let's look at what happened. So, Nano comes in the building and give him a heavy dosage of the run, and he struggled in that game and lost 45-19. Then he plays the Falcons and puts up 91 points on the Falcons. And again, when you play an opponent that you're not threatened by, You throw 11 touchdown passes, and Nick Chubb touches the ball 3 times. Simple as that, right? You come off of that big win, and then you get in a game where you did not respect Mike. You don't think Mike is a new Mike right now. He's not the same Mike of old. You don't respect him, so you come out and you think you're going to do exactly what you did to 404 and have a stat game, and things, oh wow, how fast things have changed by the time you went through quarters over there. So 21 carries for Mike, again 20 plus carries gives him a problem. But Nick Chubb carried the ball 11 times, 47 yards. And you'll say, 11 carries, right? But what I will know is this: I watched the game. Nick Chubb wasn't involved until that score was tight. Then when the score got tight, he used Nick Chubb. Simple as that. And I'm again, stay with me. Is a point I'm making here. Is a point I'm making with this. Then you come out of that Colts game, and you get into the Ravens game, and we see a complete different story. You know you got to win this division game, and 37 carries for 196 yards, 3 touchdowns. But in that game, what happened differently was your opponent wasn't running the ball back at you, right? So I only had, 8, 10, 13. I guess you got to say it. 13, 15. 16 carries in that game. That's well under my average of what I do running the ball, right? Man, that's big. That's something to look forward to too when I'm ready to talk about that. All right, so I come out of that game, and then you get out of that game, Bengals, and then you go to the Bengals, and let's see what happened. All right, we go. I'm not downplaying or like making it like it's like, oh, you add. No, I'm just saying, when you're using your running back and the games you need to use him in versus using him and letting him be, because I think Nick Chubb is the best running back on the game. But he's in the system where he's only going to be used when he needs to be used, right? So he comes out and him and Circle Bob's game, and let's just look at 10 carries, 30 yards. So my point to being is, every team that gave him a problem ran the ball 20 plus times and had over 100 yards rushing, except me. I still gave him a problem. All the other games he kind of like won convincingly. I still gave him a problem without the carries, right, and the running that these other teams gave him. But Nick Chubb only touches the ball in those games that he, that he respects. So I know we getting a Nick Chubb game tonight, right? You gotta expect it. And to me, that put more pressure on me than him. This is why I brought it up, because at the end of the day, we got to get into a running game with this guy. I'm comfortable with my run. I'm comfortable running the ball, but I'm not as comfortable as I was last year coming into the second game of Nick Chubb, because of the youth I got everywhere else. Remember, I had guys like Justin Houston, Derek Wolfe. These guys might not be big name Madden players, but they were veterans on the field. It was easier to stop the run with that type of front with Calais Campbell, with those guys. We were young at the linebacker level, but we were, Patrick Queen was in his second season. But we had some pieces over there. Was Chuck Clark, things like that. We had some guys over there that was good enough veterans to be able to slow this run game down. And if you go to game one and look at what he did with Nick Chubb, it looked like, we just couldn't make a tackle. We couldn't do anything in that game. So I would say, pressure is on me more than him, in a way of, he has the pieces and the team to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it. And, it's his gift and curse, right? But if Chubb touched that ball how he touched it in the first game, the pressure is on the Baltimore Ravens and their defense. Can they stop the run and be able to sell out to stop the run and not be able to get beat in the passing game? Because his quarterback is #1 in the league and throwing the ball right now, throwing yards. He has the #1 receiver in the league right now. And a running back that could be the #1 running back in the league right now. So I say the pressure is on me more, and that's why I went through games to show you stuff to lead up to you know us and what we gonna have to face. This is a big pressure game for the Ravens right now because again, if he sweeps us, and with a first place schedule we got, it's gonna be hard to get this division won by us, and that's to send us on a road if we even make the playoffs. Send us on a road throughout the playoffs, and I think it's some dogs on our side that's in the playoffs. So, you started off saying you thought the pressure was on the Browns more, right? I just wanted to make a case that I thought it was really on me a little bit more.
Well, no, I thought the pressure was equal.
Oh,
I,
equal.
yeah, I thought there was no more pressure on one team than the other. I
Okay.
thought that this game is equally as huge, for both teams because of what's at stake.
How do the Ravens come out victorious in this game tonight?
Playing, creating turnovers. I think if they're able to get Baker to make to if they're able to have the ball, have the Browns offense turn the ball over, 3 times or more, I think this game goes towards the Ravens.
Mm.
And that's interceptions, that's fumbles. I just think if they're able to create, 3+ turnovers, I think that will get the job done.
Yeah, it's crazy because Baker is again he leads the league in yardage. He's up in top three quarterback right now. And probably is the one piece that he has on that offense that's really his Achilles heel because of his playing style. And yeah, he got him playing at a high level, and that's what's scary about the Browns because they are loaded. And because they're loaded and got the pieces they got over there, they can make mistakes or, play unorthodox or come off or play off script and still be able to, still maintain a high sense of security on how they play. Um, Man, what do the Browns have to do to be successful tonight?
They're gonna have to play smart football. No cowboy stuff. They, all the constant, rolling out, waiting for stuff to develop. I think they need to attack the Ravens defense. I mean, they need to get physical. They need to be, physical early and often, and not be out there trying to get style points.
Right. I don't think he allows the rumbling of damn 37 guys. The fuck niggas bull. I don't think he allows that to bother him. I think he's gonna come out for the win. He's coming out for blood. He wants to win. He want to be, he wants to be able to have a 2-0 lead over on me right now in this season and put himself in position to have a top seed to be able to play home games in the playoffs. So I don't think the noise is going to be in the way of him. I think he's going to come out and do what he do to be able to get the win by any means necessary. When you look at matchups right now, man, when it comes down to the quarterback position, he's benefited off of getting the player on a scenario to be to use his X factor all game long off of Lamar. The one thing he said was, anytime that message come up, I'm gonna pick hold him to 75 yards rushing or less because I know you don't run Lamar when you play me and all that. When it comes down to quarterback play, who has the upper hand on the quarterback? And take in mind that I don't run him, or I'm not running him as I could or should be. But who has the upper hand when it comes down to quarterback play?
I mean, it's Lamar hands down. It doesn't matter that you don't run him. It's the fact that you can run him. You have different options. Baker doesn't have those options. I could see if he was kind of doing the same thing. He has the ability if a play breaks down, to scramble for some yards, but outside of using his protection and sliding, he doesn't have any other options, as a quarterback. So it's hands down Lamar.
All right, who's the better passer? I mean, who's the better passer, Baker Mayfield or Lamar Jackson?
I mean the numbers will probably tell you Baker, but it's not a fair comparison because of the how the offenses are run. You know, like you said, depending on who he plays, he's really going out, trying to air and and I don't want to say run the score up, but really get into a faster paced offense.
Run the score
You
up.
know, when the Ravens have they beat their opponents into submission. Pause.
All right. When it comes down to running back game right now, as a whole, running back game, who has the better backfield?
Well, I mean, any backfield that has Nick Chubb is gonna go to Nick Chubb until somebody unseats him. Even though I think Derrick Henry's a better running back.
On the game, you think Derrick Henry's the better running back?
Man, Derrick Henry is a bust.
Well, you face him twice a season right now, like so.
Yes.
All right. So you got coming into this game that's healthy guys that are playing. Nick Chubb, Jim Brown second, and Demetric Felton, and the Baltimore Ravens are bringing in. Is it fair to say Lamar Jackson, Casey Fields, Gus Edwards, rookie Natron Means, and Puka Williams? Is it fair to say Lamar Jackson is part of this run game? Although we haven't been using him as part of the run game in these matchups.
That's the only reason why I didn't include him, because you have not been using them in there. Now, if for sake of argument, you wanted to include them, and I was saying, look, the runners from both teams are going to go into an alley, and who's coming out? When it's all said and done, the Ravens are coming out of the alley.
And we still ain't really getting into the Mars shit yet, but he's already on pace for 1,000 yards this year as a runner. 45 carries. Last year he had a total of 73 for 571 rushing yards. He had 7.88 touchdowns with 11 fumbles. This year he already has 45 carries for 561. He's averaging 13 yards a carry. He has 3 touchdowns. He went from 33.6 yards a game to 70.1 yards a game. 6 broken tackles and only 4 fumbles compared to the 11 at the end of the season last year. He's on pace for that 11 still. Fumble wise though, but are we starting to see him being used as a runner a little bit more now? They took their time with him, but they're starting to run him now. So with those numbers and seeing where he at right now, can you count him as part of their run game? Or is it because because the Browns should always prepare for the run game of Lamar, but they don't have to because history tells that he doesn't use Lamar. Lamar is a passer and a game manager more than anything when they play.
Well, I think that's only because of them developing the young talent that's around him. But I think once that talent has reached a level to where the offense is comfortable, I think we will see Lamar running the ball a lot more. But I just think that it was just so they can develop talent.
Right. All right. So backfield goes to the Browns, you say?
If we're still keeping Lamar out of the conversation, based off of the way that the season has gone, I can't keep Lamar out of the conversation, so I'll give it to the Ravens. But I really wanted to. If Lamar's out, I'm still going with Nick Chubb because with Nick Chubb and with what's the other kid?
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown the second. I think he's really been trying to develop him. But I don't really like the third running back that they have. So based off of the depth chart and the talent in the depth chart, it still goes to Baltimore.
Right. Casey Fields had 152 carries this year. He's 1,000-yard back. 14 rushing touchdowns, 23 broken tackles on the year, 137.3 yards a carry right now. And you go to Nick Chubb, and again, a lot of Nick Chubb is because of lack of production, and like you said, building a rookie running back. So we're going to look at both of those guys. X Factor 99 out. Nick Chubb is sitting on 92 carries for only 464 yards, 5 yards a carry, and 10 touchdowns. So his production is completely down from last year where he had 278. His carrying is down right now. I will say it's because of schedule. His schedule is where he's playing guys where he don't have to really use him right now. But let's keep it going right now. Um, the rookie is having a better season than Nick Chubb right now. We just know Nick Chubb. I mean, we know what Nick Chubb can do as far as dominating a game. We know the difference. We haven't seen that out of the rookie yet. Can the team Baltimore put him on? Can he put Baltimore on his back and win a ball game for him? We haven't really had to see that yet out of the rookie. But you're looking at these two backs right now. Nick Chubb has 23 broken tackles on less carries, 92 attempts right now, 23 of them things as well. But does the lack of production show anything to you? Is there any signs there? Because we do know he can carry the ball 40 times in a ball game. We've seen it.
The only thing that concerns me is I don't like the changing of the offensive philosophy just based off of your opponent.
Right.
I would rather start every game the exact same, and then as the game opens up and it goes to what you want to do, you can shuffle your personnel in and out and change it at that point. I don't like this back and forth with the offense. I would like to see a more consistent offense every game. And then, like I said, sub your personnel in and out to still get the results that you want.
Right. That the bouncing back and forth thing. I mean, we got Nano makes a great point. Could very well be saving Chubb for offs too. If you remember, he was red in offs last year. Well, yeah, when we played our playoff game, Nick Chubb was fucking purple. He wasn't explosive at all, which led to them getting blown out. But I think take that into consideration. Ain't that one of the main reasons why I wasn't running Lamar Jackson? Or haven't really been running him all crazy, right? But Nick Chubb is on the field. Nick Chubb gives this team a A+ run game, period, no matter how many carries he getting at all. So I look back and say, I just think that the rookie is overlooked. Guns, am I safe in saying that? I don't think people realize or have seen it yet how good this running back really is. The Baltimore Ravens gave up 2 running backs in 2 years. 2 great running backs in 2 years.
Yeah, they did. And that right there should tell you everything that you need to know. If you have a X factor running back, Tyson Williams, that's being shown the door or given an opportunity to play somewhere else, for one, it's a smart financial move. Because now he's allowed to go out and be paid somewhere else, and then you still got, some great heir apparents that were brought in that are playing off of rookie contracts. And then not only that, but you nail the draft picks, which the Baltimore Ravens do a great job of anyway when it comes to the running back position, because every time a draft comes around, you got first round talent running backs that are still sitting in the 3rd round thanks to the way that everybody drafts. So, so for anybody who's just looking at the Ravens is wondering like what is going on, I mean, it's your fault and my fault.
Yeah, and to be honest, I feel like we got the best running back in the draft. Period. Now we got him high. We got him at pick 4 in the 2nd round, I think it was last draft. And I think honestly, he probably would have been still sitting there in round 3 if I were, at 4 and round 3 if I'd waited. I wasn't gonna take the chance on that because I knew what type of back he was. I thought this was the best running back in the draft. And honestly, I thought he had a 1st round grade on him. I thought honestly he was a top 15 player. In this draft, but the way the league go and just the value of running backs is only right. The running back value is although running backs are the reason why teams are winning ball games the way they are, but they just they don't carry the same value they used to carry back then, right? Or where you getting one in the top 5 pick, a Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott. Like I think those days are kind of over. Unless we get later in the years where we in season 7 and things like that, and the guy just needs that guy right then. I don't see, running backs valued as 1st round talent really, and it's like that in real life and it's like that on the game. Although their production on the game should say that their first, should say that running backs should go out in the first round all the time, but it just doesn't. I think I don't. I just think this. I think when you got a running back that's doing with running backs with the cheat code shit on them, freight train, tank, and what those two things. He doesn't have that. He has superstar ability, not X Factor ability, but doing what superstar X Factors are doing with that ability. I think that says a lot right now. We're banking on him to have a big game tonight. Definitely banking on him to showcase what what we know him to be. I drafted defensively. It was our needs, but like honestly, for us to get rid of a Tyson Williams, after putting all that work in he did last year, because it was already, damn, y'all got rid of J.K. Dobbins, what are y'all gonna do? Then all of a sudden Tyson Williams just grows up, and then it's like, is it the system? It's their system. Nah, it's their system. They develop him, and he goes to the Cardinals, and he's productive as shit over there when he gets the ball, right? He's not having a bad season over there at all. And then they go get this kid and they bring him in the building, and it's like their offense is ran around him, and this is what makes me feel like I'm a bring it home with how good this running back really is. The Baltimore Ravens are playing 3 new starters on the offensive line, 3 of them being rookies, and 1 playing in a different position. If you look at their offensive line as a whole, the 5 offensive linemen that are playing for the Baltimore Ravens, again, 3 are rookies. 1 has position changed and went from guard to center, and the other one is only in his 2nd year. When you put a rookie running back behind that and a young offensive line like that, block sheds happen a lot more. The running game is a little harder to do, right? Because this team is the up front is young. It's just hard to do things when you're dealing with rookies on your offensive line and in your backfield. And the fact that they didn't lose a beat in the run game. In fact, the run game got better with this kid in the backfield. I think it really shows what I'm trying to bring home, because not a lot of guys has really seen my games, and those that have seen it know what I'm talking about right now. You go into the stats, and we go back over the stats for a second, right? And you look at the running backs and the production that you have out of running backs this year, and the run game itself, right? And you look at these backs that are in the league, now just system backs or gifted backs, right? And that's the conversation. So do you think if Ronald Jones went somewhere else, that the Bucks can have their next man up be the MVP of the league?
I think their running game is a system running game. So I do believe that, but they will have to hit on the running backs. They have a running system that's similar to Baltimore in reference to volume, but they just can't have quantity. They're gonna have to have quality backups, or heir apparent to Ronald Jones.
Ronald took a quick step to being a great running back, because Ronald, went to a superstar and then to an X Factor super fast off the production of carries and the things he was doing, right? If they traded Ronald off and they dealing with another back that they got to bring up, I think they gonna have the production because they're going to give him. I mean, they're gonna have the success because of the production. I do think this is a system run game versus a running back, without taking away from what Ronald Jones really is, right? I do think this guy can go, the built Ronald Jones can go on any other 31 teams and be a dog. I don't think he will be as successful as he is for the Bucks, and what they do with him. Because you got to be willing to give him the production, which is 258 carries going into week 10, right? This guy's the only back right now, and 8-9 games already a 2,000-yard back, 34 touchdowns. I mean, if you look at his numbers, he just towers over everybody else. 224 yards a game. He's only fumbled 1 time. He has 61 broke tackles right now. That's that benefit of the X Factor and him being able to have freight train and tank on him. shows you the production of break tackles as well. And this is done in 9 games, 2,000 yards, man. That's college numbers. Right, and then you got Saquon Barkley throwing it at a high clip too, 57 broke tackles. J.K. Dobbins sitting there. All right, Baltimore's back now. J.K. Dobbins didn't get to show his production as a Baltimore Raven, but he came from the Baltimore Raven system. Everybody knew if he still would have played for Baltimore, this guy would have had he would have had his breakout year. Does he have the same year that he has with the Patriots? Like J.K. Dobbins went to the ultimate team that any running back would want to go to. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
So you're looking at these backs of Travis Etienne, right? And then you got Casey Fields, and then there's the other back, and this is what I was trying to get to. Tyson Williams is on this list as well, right? So now we're looking at yardage and backs getting yards right now. All right, Ronald Jones is the alpha male. Barkley's the alpha male. J.K. Dobbins alpha male, right? Travis Etienne makes a name for himself, and he's showing he's going to be an alpha male. And then there's the young rookie sitting right here. Now, 152 carries for 1,098. Averaging 7.2 yards a carry. He has 14 touchdowns. Again, the back that they traded to better, for this running back to better, be who he is on 122 carries over there in Arizona with 1,061 right now. So 3 running backs from Baltimore's program is in the top 10, sorry. Is it the system or is it the player? So like I'm bragging about this Casey Fields kid, and I'm telling you he's special. He's very different. But yet Baltimore got running backs all over the league right now, showing that they're special and very different. So is that a system?
It's definitely a system, but it's a system that keeps incorporating quality talent.
All right. So again, you said Derrick Henry to you is the best back in the league. Is he the best back in the league, or is he the hardest back to stop in the league?
Well, he's added. He's developed good hands for somebody his size. So when you talk about his size and speed, and now he's incorporated somewhat into the passing game. I think it's made him a more complete back. I mean, now who's the most complete back between the two of them? I would go. People will automatically want to say Chubb, but people got to remember the Cleveland Browns. In real life, when it comes to passing situations, they take Chubb out of the game and they put Kareem Hunt in.
Right.
And and they move him, from the slot to the backfield, just to confuse the defense and move him around, but they can still move him around. Not to say Chubb can't catch, but he definitely does not have the hands of a Kareem Hunt.
And the reason why I say that is because you say Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry doesn't even seem like he's the best running back in your division.
Well, I think what I still think that he's the most dangerous running back in the division, but I think the way that he's being used versus now, the way that like the Colts, they have a 2 monster system. It looks like they've channeled in their inner Cleveland Browns with 2 all-stars back there, or 2 potential Pro Bowlers in the backfield. And then if you go down to Duval County, you got Travis. That's a
solo
he
back.
was a one-man show.
He's the new. He is pretty much. He's the Emmitt Smith he's the Emmitt Smith of the Jaguars. How Emmitt was for the Cowboys. The moment, if I don't give a fuck who you traded for, what you got over there. If Etienne is not on the field, your owner can't hold out of paying him. If he held out, you'll feel the wrath. How the Cowboys felt it in '93.
Oh, there won't be none of that.
I know that, but I'm just saying his impact is that if Etienne is not on the field, the Jaguars are not in a high percentage of winning that ball game.
Right. You're absolutely correct. Zero argument.
So again, is he the best running back, and is Derrick Henry not even the best running back in your division? Is it because of the style, the coaching style, with what's going on over there? Like, all right, so let me say this: you only can go off of who you play, what you play, right? So we
Right.
can sit here and look at production all day long and not include Derrick Henry inside the best running backs in the game. But if we had that same argument, we would say the same thing for Nick Chubb. We can't call him probably the best running back in the game because he don't have the production to prove otherwise, right? But
That's true.
you don't have to play him, just or all you have to do is watch it. You watch him carry the ball 37 times against Baltimore and literally show that come on, you can't take 6 minutes off a play clock in an 8-minute quarter game. You can't take six off the play clock with just any running back.
That's
I
true.
don't care how much of the clock you chewing. And a lot of guys can't even take 6 minutes off the clock if they let the play clock go down to one before they hike it. He didn't do that. That's not what he was doing. He didn't hike the ball with 1 second. Granted, he picked and chose times where he was letting the clock run. But I mean, Nick Chubb did that. 3 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 8, 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 8. Like, Derrick Henry can do that, and I'm assuming this is why, you say what you're saying right now. You're high on him as could possibly be the best back in the game. It just doesn't get the production, right? But when he play you, he gets the production. Am I wrong? When
He
you
does.
gotta
Yeah.
see a Derrick Henry, you gotta see 20 plus carries or more.
Absolutely.
The rest of the league ain't seeing that. 90% of the league is going to ignore. The light shines bright when your team has success versus a player having success. We're not going to look at a Derrick Henry at all when his team don't got to win or they barely got to win. You're not looking at him and calling him the best or nothing, even though he's probably the one bright spot on that team. You know that, and I know that. They're not going to call a quarterback the best quarterback in the league or ever to do it, and he don't got no fucking Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? So when you say Derrick Henry, you saying it off of what you deal with, right?
Absolutely.
If we ask 10 other people that right now, they would not agree with you as Derrick Henry is, possibly the best running back in the league,
Okay.
right?
And that would be fair.
Here's the thing, though. You could damn near say the same thing about Nick Chubb, bro. But the problem is this. Guys watch Nick Chubb when he has to play, because when he's playing and he's going to play him, it's because he's playing somebody that matters, that guys are going to watch. Like, you feel me? Like, if he's playing Falk, everybody's tuned in.
Right.
You know what I mean? If he's playing Craig, everybody's tuned in. If he's playing, certain people he play get tuned into it. So guys get to see the production, but I'm the same way. I play him twice a year. But have you? I said he has the potential to be the best running back in the league. But have I ever called him the best running back in the league?
No, you haven't.
I say that because it speaks volumes, and you calling Derrick Henry the best running back in the league. And for guys that be like, man, what the fuck is Shogun's talking about? Can you explain why Derrick Henry is the best running back in the league? Because I tend to agree. I think Chubb, I think Derrick Henry, I think Saquon Barkley. Am I missing somebody? I would leave it at that point. Them, Ezekiel Elliott. I think those guys, are like, what I if they had the right users, like put it this way, Derrick Henry goes to the Bucks. Derrick Henry goes to the Patriots. Is Derrick Henry the best running back in the league?
Absolutely. Without question.
Without a question, right? If Nick Chubb played for the Bucks or the Patriots right now, is he the best running back in the league?
Oh, jeez, you gave me a headache just thinking about that. Absolutely.
So when we put in perspective, when you say what you're saying right now, you're not wrong for having that thought process, right? And you just talk about what makes him the best running back in the league, in your opinion. Just take me through the couple games y'all played. If y'all had to at least play at least 3 games so far already. Just take me through a game of the Jaguars facing Derrick Henry.
I mean, it was constant. It doesn't matter whether it was sweeps, powers, counters. It was if there was a score that was needed, there was nothing else that was done besides those 3 things, and it was all Derrick Henry to and I mean. And I mean, 4th down rule. I mean, you know, I don't care as much about 4th down rule. I mean, but he used all 4 downs, no matter where he was on the field, to get those 10 yards.
All 4 downs to get them 10. So that means you selling out for the run, because if he ain't getting the 3 downs, that means he needs them 4 downs. He needs them shits. And you selling out. You selling out to try to stop that shit. And man, how many times you lost to the Titans?
Twice.
In those 2 games you lost to the Titans, what was Derrick like? You don't have to go. You know, I know you remember. What was Derrick Henry's production?
27 carries, 31 carries.
27 to 31.
Yep.
God. And then you go amongst the league of Derrick Henry touching the football, and he doesn't even get half of those carries. At all. Like, he don't even get close to half of those carries, right? And this is why you can screen what you're saying right now. But again, I go back to I'm not saying that about Nick Chubb, but I know Nick Chubb is that. What's up, Mom? All right, I got you. You gonna come get me in a little bit? I'll call you back when I'm ready to come. All right. Yeah, but again, Nick Chubb, if he's in the right hands, and I think he's still in the right hands. I think he's in the right hands. I think Boone is Boone, but Boone's not stupid. Boone understands what to do with a player. So he's still in the right hands over there, but I'm just not willing to give him the best running back in the league for right now, because he's just not. To me, I've seen these other running backs. I'm seeing what a J.K. Dobbins do. I'm seeing what a Saquon are doing, or I've seen what Ezekiel did. I've seen what Ronald Jones is doing right now, man, and he's doing the same thing in any game, right? He's consistently doing it game in and game out. And I'm not saying Chubb can't consistently do it, because we saw Chubb in a top 3 all the way up to like week 12 last year, because he was giving him the ball. He was giving him the ball like a motherfucker. This year he's really trying to open up the Boone Cat offense, and it's the emergence of Anthony Schwartz, who we're gonna talk about in a second. But all right, the best back in the league, Nick Chubb. Could he possibly not be the best running back on the field tonight?
Oh yeah. He could easily not be the number 1 back on the field tonight.
And why?
It just depends on how the player is going to be schemed. I mean, you got there could be a split between Jim Brown. There could be an emergence from one of the. I know the Ravens have a rotation of running backs they can use, but one of them could get hot.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I said, it's just going to depend on the pulse of the game tonight.
No doubt.
I think everybody should be tuned in. I hope the Booneites, whatever they
the Boonetties.
The Boonetties, I hope they're all present.
The Boonetties gonna be present. You know they're gonna be present. They gonna be present right the fuck away. Soon as he get home, he gonna hit them up. Hey, y'all ready dick ride tonight? I got the Ravens. Hey, y'all ready dick ride tonight? I got the Ravens. That's how he coming, you heard? I'ma need y'all, man. I'm gonna need y'all. All right, so I mean, Guns, how important has guys like Nano? I always was known as a runner, man. And even I took the backseat to a guy like a Nano. But how important is a guy like a Nano, a guy like a Craig, the guys that are successfully standing behind what they do and attacking guys with their run game? How important is that for, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, I'll broaden it. How important is that to the league, not for the league, to the league?
I mean, it's extremely important because that to me the essence of football or the alpha of football always begins in the trenches. And these are two coaches that are coming out, and if that's their Bible, they're coming out, it's uglies versus uglies, they're lining up and they're playing smash mouth football, and they also have the ability to pass. So for those who may try to sell out on the run, they can hurt you in the pass game as well. But it's extremely important.
Yeah, I think guys that stand by what they do are extremely important to a league. I think both of them. Reason why I brought them is more runners in the league. But I'm gonna stand by what I'm ready to say. It's guys in the league that run the ball because they have to, because of the game allowing it to be, a scapegoat. Honestly, there's some guys that aren't really good runners. They just, the game and taking advantage of the run system of the game, in my opinion, right? And then you got those guys that run the football, and I still, to this day, right now, I think Nano is our best runner in the league, right? I think Craig is more productive in the run game right now, right? But he's so dangerous as an offense because his run game is so strong that his passing game becomes like a pain in the ass. You know how hard it is to be like, man, fuck, bro, I can't get this nigga off the field, and then you get him to a 3rd and 8, and he convert because you exhausted so much resources instead of stopping the run. Any little pass is easy for him. Dump off here, 8-9 yards. Like Nano can be in shotgun 3rd and 15, and you cannot sell out for a pass because he can get that first down.
Well, the one thing that I disagree. I don't think Nano's the best runner in the game because he has not produced an MVP. I'm not gonna sit here and take away a trophy that, or an award that Craig earned. Just because we're used to somebody else running a little bit more. Until they take the crown, Craig's the best runner in the league.
I mean, you know what? I won't debate that. I like that. I'm not gonna argue that. You're 100% right. I'm not gonna argue that at all. You're right. Until the crown is taken off that man's head, and then I mean, my argument would be he's the league. He didn't get the MVP. My bad. He didn't get the MVP, but he led the league in rushing yards on less carries. I mean, I think that speaks volumes too, but I won't take away what you're saying right now.
Now the moment he does not win the MVP and Nano wins, Nano's the best runner. I just think that because I think the MVP gives him the edge.
No doubt. I agree. We could sit here and debate the shit out of that. I could argue with you on that one, and we can get the gloves out and see who's getting the uppercut or jab. But we're not going to do that, right? Because you know what? Because I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think that's a big statement right now. I'm fat as hell in here, can't find the fucking syrup. Blow on my shit. All right. So anyway, man, again, we talk about games tonight. Circle Bob won a big game, and he wanted us to talk about it. You know, Falk called this. So this one I'm gonna talk about it, but not in a way that he thinks. You know, he probably would like me to talk about it, right? Circle Bob want me to be like, oh my God, he beat Boom, la 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 la. Nah, we're not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is say, Falk called this. Yo, watch Bob try to get niggas' attention on his win over Boom. And the fucked up part about it is we all saw it, and it happened exactly the way Falk called it. What's up with those two guys, man? Where's the disconnect, Guns? Cause there's disconnection there between them two, bro. Why? You know, Falk called this. Falk said he did. Was you on when he said it? He said, "Bob, watch Bob gonna be looking for attention over that win. Watch."
Oh
and
yeah, I was on.
Right away, right? It was a big win. I'm not taking nothing away from that. I'm just not gonna talk about it the way. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it the way he expected me to talk about it though. It was a win, but let me ask you this: he got his team back to 500, 4-4, and that win was part of getting himself to that 500. And he plays the Patriots tonight. This is another guy that he really don't like. You know, they always, you beefing with Falk, you beefing with Nano. Bottom line. Some will call that a nigga riding out, right? Some other motherfuckers will call that dick ride. Whatever you want to call it. Bop and Nano beef just as much as Falk and Nano beef. Falk and Bop beef. 4-4, big win over the Browns. Does that make the Patriots Bengals game important? A must see game.
Well, I mean, because of who the two coaches are, that's really the only attraction to this game. I mean, right now you got a team that's either at or below 500, versus a first place team. So, I don't see it as a prime time game. It's a 4 o'clock Sunday game at best.
All right. Now let me ask you this: if the Bengals go out there and get this win, should we start to take notice of the Bengals?
Nah, it's too early. If you're seriously not making a playoff push. I don't know what that was, but if you're not okay, if you're not in playoff position right now, or threatening to make the playoffs, is not as big of a story. I mean, hopefully he can put together some more victories so that it will become a bigger story, but it's not as big of a story right now for him. Now, for Nano to lose a game like this, that will be a larger story, because I'm pretty sure their organization they want to continue to have a stranglehold on their division and continue to distance themselves from their counterparts.
All right, so what about the all of a sudden 9 o'clock game we got from fuckboy ass Z West playing the Detroit Lions? What about that storyline? Is this a big game? I think it is.
It is a big game. First and foremost, that game is not starting at 9 o'clock. It's gonna be a 9:30 game, 9:20.
Friday 10 o'clock. Nah, I ain't fucking with that nigga. Let that game. Let that game go past 9:30 and see who get the fourth win in that game. He has no more leeway with me. No more. Shit's over with. But
outside of that, it's probably I would argue which game that game is just as big as Browns Ravens.
I think it could be bigger.
And I'm hoping now. I'm actually I won't say it, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to catch both games.
The Lions and Bears game, right?
Yes.
What's the significance of this game? For you to want to hope to catch this game? Why? Why is that important?
Well, for one, you got the black and blue division. You got a rivalry game against two top users. It doesn't get any bigger than that. and then you got another in the other game. You got a guy that's trying to defend his title. You know, that's already been dropped one time. You know, this year by an opponent. But now we're talking about in division where you know. One guy wants to establish that he's here, and the other wants to establish that it's still his division.
Boy, I agree. Oh my God, I agree so much with you with that. I like this Lions game. I like this Bears game.
This is a statement game. This is a big statement game for
both
all
teams.
For both teams.
For all four teams, like you said too. All right, so the Bears got a new running back over there, Michael Warren. He leads the team with 115 carries, got him out of free agent. This was the practice squad waiver signer that didn't get signed. Sorry, got hiccups. He's now the starting running back for the Chicago Bears. Is that good GMing, first of all?
I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, you know, I don't know how the guy made it to free agency. And got through free agency without being signed to be picked up as a free agent.
Because he didn't get signed on a free agency period. He got signed after free agency. I mean, after when we went to preseason, right?
Right. Because I know for certain I was one of the teams that put a bid on him. I had a bid on him. It was green. He still didn't accept it and went into free agency.
Dick Ryan trying to go to the Super Bowl team, huh? He just didn't want a contract, that's all. And then look, why wouldn't he deny you? Travis Etienne there, man. This guy like, man, I'm not going there and you going to trap me to a 3 or 4 year deal, and I'm going to be a backup running back that don't get half the attention. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, that's the realest shit I ever seen. That's some real nigga shit. Nah, I'll take my chances in free agency. I'll go play for a team, showcase what I can do, and then I'll be, you know, getting a contract if I ball out right now. Well, is he balling out? 115 carries, 815 yards, 7.19 touchdowns. He averaging 101.9 yards a game, so 102 yards a game, 7 broken tackles. How you feel about him?
I haven't watched enough film on him. I'm gonna get everything I need as far as you know, Warren tonight when I watch this game versus the Lions.
Well, the Lions are bringing on the field a Georgia back that has been very, very active this year for them. 123 carries, 962, 8 yards a carry, 120 a game. 1 fumble, 13 broken tackles, and 12 rushing touchdowns. B.W.D.G, Swift, man. I really love this running back, bro. Like, this is, you know, I mean, just think about it. Ready? I'm going to name some names, right? And then you just tell me how don't you win championships? Ready? Ready for the first name?
Mm-hmm.
Todd Gurley played for who?
Georgia.
Sony Michel played for who?
Georgia.
Nick Chubb played for who?
Georgia.
DeAndre Swift played for
who? Georgia.
You know, at one point they all was on the same team. They all played at one point. This was his freshman year when he was there with all those guys. And then he finished the next two with the two. Sony Michel and Nick Chubb. Wow. But at one point, I'm from Philadelphia. This is why I know this. I'm from Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, he close to my hometown, so I got to watch him play. Was over there with 3 NFL running backs, waiting his turn.
I mean, my first thought is, and how was this team not able to beat Alabama? I mean, what does that say about that Alabama defense?
Exactly. I mean, and I could go on and on and on about how much talent Georgia really had over the last like 15 years. Where it's like, how, you know, what the fuck's going on over there? I mean, I guess coaching is everything sometimes, man.
It is.
But he waited his time. He waited his turn, bro. He played in the national championship game. This kid waited his turn, and now he's in the NFL showing off right now. He was quoted on saying, you know, Detroit has been known You know, hasn't been known for football. You know, we've been a disappointment to the fans. Um, we haven't given them anything they would want. But he said one thing for certain, two things for sure, is that I'm gonna bring a sense back to y'all that y'all haven't had since Barry Sanders retired prematurely, and that's somebody in the backfield that y'all can get excited about. And he's done every bit of that. Every bit of it.
Mm.
Make a case that he's not the reason why these guys are a must see this year, are winning like they're winning right now.
You know what? I can, and it all falls on the quarterback. Because okay, granted there wasn't a lot of play, year one, but I think the turnaround is a combination of his gameplay as well as the quarterback and how they are able to move the football in correlation together.
I like that. I think in a season of evaluating players, the showcase wasn't on. They feel like they got a real contention on this year, man. I think this is their year one. You know what I'm saying? Like their year one, these guys are really playing in the system. They got the coaching staff now. You know, they got the right offensive coach. They ready to go right now, and they're productive, and he's super productive right now, and he's a difference maker. He's such a difference maker. We can literally look at him as A, the reason the Bears win, B, the reason the Lions win. Which one is it?
That's a tough one.
Tough one, right? Gotcha.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you got me there.
Yeah, I shut the fastest bars down. Bars. Got him. He come back, hit you with them counter bars. Got him. I think he's the reason why the Lions win. You know why?
Why is that?
I just don't see. I mean, look, granted, I'm not saying they're not productive over at the receiver position, but like I just don't see. Come on, bro. Like you look at 33 catches for Blake Poole, 23 for Pittman. Well, he's tied for second on the team as a receiver right now. So how can't you say he's the reason? He's the offense right now.
I mean, but he's not throwing the ball to himself.
Right.
He's not scheming himself open. This is all going through a quarterback with the two of them having that chemistry, knowing where each other is going to be. Like I said, without this quarterback, we wouldn't be talking about the Lions or DeAndre Swift. I'm sorry.
All right, bang. There it go. I told you that boy be fast with it right there. He ain't even write his shit down. His 16 wasn't written down. He heard the beat and he just dropped the vocals. He freestyled the shit out of that. He wrote that shit standing up in the booth. Simple as that.
On a cereal box.
The Bears got to a Super Bowl with not a very good roster. Not only did they get there, they won that shit. Man, it's so hard to repeat and do it over again. It's not easy. It's going to be a whole lot of speed bumps in the road, and it's going to be a whole lot of teams gunning to make sure you don't do it. Do they escape this season with winning the division?
Tonight's game is going to tell a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight's game is going to tell a whole lot because right now, both of them tied at 6-2. And I think that if the Lions win in convincing fashion, it could really send a strong message. I think if they win and it's a close game, I don't think that's gonna stress Coach West at all.
Yeah.
But I think if he's blown out, I think the message is going to be sent. No homo.
All right. I usually don't like to talk about games that was played. The West won first game. I have to win. Simple. Simple as that. All right, I agree. Let's see. You go on the schedule. We look at week 8. I'm not going to dig in it. We out of here. We've been on for 3 hours. We're walking out of here. Well, the Steelers played last night and beat the Dolphins 35-17. The Jaguars 23-8 over Derrick Henry and the Titans. The Eagles, I think they swept the Cowboys already, 48-36. The Giants went into Washington and put 56 up on the football team. The Cardinals lost to the Bucks 34-24. And the Rams beat up on the Panthers computer 49-17. Looks like the Vikings and the Bills were playing, and the Vikings, I'm telling you, the reason why the Vikings we ain't talking about him storyline type talking right now is because I gotta help him figure out why his games are dropping. Like, I don't know if it's connection or is the playbook thing. Like, it gotta be something that's making this game do it. It could be depth chart, it could be connection, it could be so many things, but we gotta figure it out because it's cheating him out of a year right now. Guns. When we go to real talk, that Bucks and Cardinals game, you watched that game?
Yes, I did.
Was it as advertised?
Yeah, it was. Honestly, it didn't feel like the Cardinals scored 24 points. It really.
I got that feeling too, bro. Just talking to Coach Falk, I got that feeling too. He don't even feel like he scored 24.
Yeah, if you just took the pulse of the game, it really felt like at best it should have been, something to the effect of I don't know, 41-17 is kind of how it felt. Or either 34-17. It just felt like the Cardinals put up maybe 17 points, that extra touchdown. When I saw that final score, I was like, wait a minute, where did you get that 24 from? So it was it just didn't feel like it was a 10-point game.
Man, I didn't watch the game. But what I do want to know, and this is for real talk, so we want to talk about what's going on in Arizona, and are the Bucks out here bucking on it? They're out here bucking on people right now. Bucking. Hey, man, listen. And then the next conversation we gotta have is we have to talk about the Super Bowl representatives and the Miami Dolphins and what's going on over there. So when we come back, real talk tonight. You know what I'm saying? After Advance, we will be kicking it with the kickers. You know what I'm talking about? Holla at us, AntHits, the franchise guru. As always, we already on deck with you. 3 hours in, we kicked it with y'all. Holla at us.
Peace.